Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. I'm back. The fish have all been by the window. Whiskers is still tucked in underneath the camera. Hope you're having a good day. We're back with some more oxygen not included. We're going to continue finishing up our meteor defenses, and we're going to see how they're going. And I'm going to play it with my normal music today. We'll see how that goes. Yes, what are we up to? So we're on cycle 671. The rust machines are wearing away. I'm going to use them until we get down to about 200 tons of rust, just to make sure we have plenty of iron ore for all the conveyor rails that we need to do. Because we're going to be conveying the snow to all the Bonbon Trees. I'm going to see how much we get, and then we're going to see how many Bonbon Trees we do accordingly. Should be fun. Everyone's coming up here and building all the meteor-related stuff. We did just have a meteor shower. It's all just snow and crushed ice and Bonbon Tree seeds. Nothing that's actually going to damage anything. So we just need to have coverage for the robo-miners. We need to have a cooling loop to make sure they're actually getting cooled. We do have a steam chamber down here. The only problem is it's still got some oxygen in it. And we're trying to heat up the aquatuner so that the water there actually boils, and then we can use it to push the oxygen out rather than try to gas pump everything. So we're just expanding the loop up here. I'm not sure how far I want to go. Tempted to just go all the way over here, you know. Make it bigger. The rocket area, I'm not sure exactly where the rockets are going to go. I was thinking of putting them on this side. But I think we can actually just put them directly above the meteor defenses. So long as we build them out of something that isn't actually going to obstruct the light, which I think should be fine. So let's, for now, actually just plan on doing the meteors all the way over. We probably won't do the Bonbon Trees all the way over, but we can have a play around. This is another useful use for all the metal. And we may as well dig around so that we can get down here as well. So let's go do that. I believe we could reach all of this stuff. Yeah, that's... we can't actually get out here. So I think what I'm going to do here is we're just going to dig all of this. And then we'll probably just come down here for now. And then we can just dig all of this stuff out. Because this is all meteor debris, so we can just dig this out however we want. Sure, why not? Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Yeah, don't do that. We wanted to just dig out the 4 tiles underneath these, so that should actually be fine. But yeah, the plan is to get this done while we're waiting for the magma volcano to erupt at the bottom of the base. Because then we're going to use that to melt the remaining rust into refined iron. We're going to use that to make a load more steel. Yeah, I guess we'll just come down here like this. And we'll come back up here. Yeah, I guess that'll do. And then probably just this. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm a little late today. I've been playing Overwatch Classic. As janky as it is, I do really enjoy it. I was always a fan of 6v6. I never actually played the original, like, release version of Overwatch. And it definitely seems like supports are optional. Like, you want to have at least one, but mostly it's just trying to find health packs and outposition people, which is pretty fun. But obviously, I can see why it's not, like, super competitive. It's funny coming back to that sort of classic gameplay mode now that I have loads of experience in Overwatch. Yeah, let's see. So what priority is all this on? Yeah, that's all on priority 8. I could start planning things out as well over here. Why not? Let's just make all of this priority 8. We'll need to actually come over a little bit further to finish this off, but that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we won't be able to do all of this at the moment. That's fine. Yeah, we need more metal ore for all these metal tiles as well.
Killer fish. Killer fish from San
Howdy,
Diego.
Kuji. Hope you're doing well.
I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
That's right. Hope you're doing well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our timeline do not appear to do not align. I'm glad I'm able to appear today. It's 3 AM, lol. Fair enough. Yep, we're just chilling. We're just gonna set up some more meteor defenses. I'm just gonna put defenses along the whole top, and then we'll put the rockets above that. I think that's what I should have done last time, to be honest. I didn't realize all the rocket stuff was actually transparent. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I don't think we're going to be able to plan out everything. Yeah, there's too many trees. Been touching the game again, no icy planet though, rip. Yeah, people are coming up here. We've also got them storing all the igneous rock and the iron ore. I think we'll set that to priority 5 now. Get everyone to actually build stuff instead. Doom squashes are decaying. It's fine. So the thermal accuracy is at 97.6. So we should get some steam in here pretty soon. All this water isn't getting heated up though, because the conductivity isn't high between the gas and the liquid, but that's fine. Do you want to put any more oil in here? Possibly. I don't overly care too much. Scolding. Yeah, people are still scolding getting to the gold volcano, that's okay. They're not scolding very much. In fact, let's just double check that. Do we have any dupes in need of healing? No. Yeah, we're all fine. We're all fine on that front. I don't believe anything else super desperately needs fixing. Let's go have a look at the magma volcano. Yeah, this is all fine. This has stopped filling up now. Somehow. So the infinite storage has actually started to pressurize properly. We have many, many tons in here. Average storage seems to be about 50 tons per tile. So maybe about 700 tons total. I don't really want to get people pouring more magma in here until later. That's fine. We'll sort that out later. We can just watch the dupes. We can watch George. Or Hey, however you call him. Working away. Now, apparently the new update is going to change it so duplicants prioritize nearby errands more than other things. So I'm hoping that means that we're actually going to get more stuff where they're bringing materials up and then immediately building, rather than them running off and doing something else. We'll see. I'm not looking at the test update yet. I've seen the Luma Plays video on it, but we will go and do all of that stuff later. Maybe someone else is going to come join him. We don't have that many errands actually going on. Oh, this got covered up. Okay, yeah. You know what? You can dig this too. That's... There's a few cases where meteors have blocked off the access. It's a shame. Looks like more people are coming up to help now. That's good. But yeah, the intent is to use these for the Spigot Seals. So, if we come down here to these Bonbon Trees, so the light levels are about 60, 70%. 69%, yeah. So, the optimal lux per tree is 10,000 lux. That's the peak lux from this planet. This planet has very low natural light. So I'm thinking what we actually do is underneath here, underneath these mesh tiles, we actually stick all of our Mercury lamps, and then we stick a row of Bonbon Trees underneath that. And we do this whole setup with the Mercury lamps. The only thing being, these shutoffs, right, the shutoffs don't generate any heat. The liquid valves don't generate any heat. So we can have our whole liquid valve arrangement. We can basically copy all of our Mercury arrangements down here that we were using for a little bit of solar power and set them up here to help the Bonbon Trees. Because the... Let's have a look. So... So I don't think the lights will block anything. I don't think anything we're going to put in the ranch is going to block everything. We're going to have to think a lot about the Spigot Seal ranch design, because I haven't really looked at that yet. But that should be interesting. I think we could do it all. In fact, there is actually... Okay, there's not room pipe-wise. Because we need the cooling loop here for the sweeping materials. I think it would probably actually make sense to put the lights over here. Yeah, I think it makes sense to put the lights underneath the mesh tiles, and then the sensors, and then where would the shutoffs go? I could put the shutoffs above everything. That's kind of cursed. I mean, what I could do, I could put plastic ladders. So we have 17.2 tons of plastic, right? I could literally put plastic ladders all the way along the top, and then we could put all the mercury valves up here. Because that should be far enough they're not going to get too affected by meteors. Yeah, maybe we do that. And then we can have the lamps here, and then the trees. Do I want all that stuff exposed to space? We'll build some drywall if we don't. That sounds like a sensible plan to me. There. Right, let's entertain that. I think that sounds like a good idea. So, I think we'll just extend the ladder. I don't think we need to extend the fire pole, because there's no real point. And then we can just do a row of plastic ladders all the way along the top. And then we can build all the valves and such up here. I'm not sure how far we're actually going to go with this. I don't know, we'll see. We'll go as ham as we feel like. Let me know if the music's a bit too loud. I think it's about the right level. Still got the sulfur guys down here, but I've decided I'm not really going to do anything with that for now. Oh, it looks like Lindsay is helping, slightly. Yeah, you're quick to build the ladders. I guess we do have a fair bit of plastic around. That's going to be 10 tons of plastic. It's fine. What was the purpose of these ones down here? I think it was just so we could build those mesh tiles to start with. Yeah, we could do those as well. Might help speed things up a little. Yeah, that's a good position for that. And seven. This should be good. Also, all this stuff that's underneath the ones that are already on the loaders, I can get this all dumped somewhere. So where are we actually going to go dump that? We're going to go dump that. So the conveyor rail has almost all actually been built already. So I think for now I'm going to send that down here and just dump it. And then all the meteor debris should end up down here. And we'll make that priority 9, and then I'll just turn on all the loaders that are underneath the... auto sweepers and the robo miners. We set it up so that each loader is accessed by 2 auto sweepers. That seems sensible. They'll start clearing all the meteor debris, which is admittedly not very much. So that should be fine. And then that one can go there. That one can go there. And then we'll wait on the others. I feel like it's not actually going to be that high a volume of debris. But now we can start dumping everything. Maybe it's not bad. Yeah, I guess it's a decent amount. We'll see. Some areas got it worse than others, for sure. I don't know. like this song. I mean, I don't think these things are going to generate very much heat, but it might help. It might help generate some more heat in here. I definitely want to get that steam chamber working. I guess we're going to build all the ladders first. Okay, so let's have a think about this. So we're going to have the Mercury lamps here, the sensors. We do want the sensors because we want to make sure that we're actually efficiently using the Mercury, because this is going to consume quite a lot of Mercury. And then the actual trees. So I feel like it's actually going to be five deep, which is slightly concerning. So let's take this and put that somewhere else. Let's put that here. And then that can just plug in over here. And I guess I'll just move the automation wire underneath here. That's probably fine. Okay, so that can get removed. This would be a door. Right, so I've got to think about the ranch design, haven't I? So if we were going to have a ranch, that would be, where are you? Stable. 96 tiles. So if it's 5 high, the maximum width we can get is 19. That's not a very round number. Let's see how many Mercury lamps we can fit. So that'd be in furniture, wouldn't it? Mercury Ceiling Lamp, yes. So the arrangement would probably be slightly different than what we do for the solar panel. Probably just have them right next to each other. And then we could fit 6 of them in a room. And then there's a tree underneath each one. Maybe I'll leave a gap in the middle. So each lamp is going to use 65 grams per second once it's running efficiently. Each block is going to use 195 grams per second. So that's about 1 kilogram per second of mercury being used. I just want to see if this is going to fit neatly. So let's actually make doors. We need to door things off. So it's going to look something like this. And at the moment, this is just me spitballing ideas. So this should all be priority 5. Because I don't want them building this yet. I just want to have a think about how I actually want this to look. And then this one, can we fit this one at the end? 1, 2... Yeah, it looks like it. Hey, there we go. That's pretty good. And then... Ooh, I wonder how building a room goes when it's up against this bit. Does that count as a room? I guess we'll find out. Okay. And then in terms of light sensors, we want a light sensor underneath each one, I think. So 1, 2, 3. We probably... Yeah, because what we want to do is we want to make sure it allows it to get up to maximum brightness before it actually reduces the flow rate of mercury to 50%. There is a video on a YouTube channel where I talk more in depth about this build. Let's see. So the automation goes into the valves, and then the automation of the mercury lamps goes somewhere else. And let's see. I think I set it up so that each valve, yeah, each Mercury lamp has its own shut-off valves for the Mercury. Okay. And those are actually going to go up here this time. What have we got in the printables? Let's have a look. A fungal spore, sure, why not? Okay, I need to set everything to priority 5, because this stuff is less important. We just want to get all the meteor stuff working first. And then the Spigot Seals will come. So this is all priority 5 now. So, again, I think we'll make this out of metal ore. So, down, and then... down, and then flowing into the shut-off. Okay. So there needs to be a shut-off. It needs to be pointing down. And then both of the valves need to be flowing inwards. And then we just copy that whole setup. I need to make sure that I know exactly what's going on with the pipes. So I'll plan it out in this area here. Okay, there's that. So... can I fit the pipes together like this? So I have a bridge bypass going here. Let's try it. So this shuttle feeds in here, and then this shuttle feeds down here and joins this. Oh, and then this one, yeah, then the bypass goes right here. We can have the bypass go a different way, I think. That should be fine. So, insulated pipe goes there. And then, this is a conductive panel, so we can actually bridge it here. Liquid ports cannot overlap. Really? Oh yeah, you can't bridge over that actual bit. Okay, that's mildly annoying. Okay, so this bridge is going to need to go here. Then you're going to need to be a bridge. Oh no, you don't need to be a bridge. You can just go underneath. Yeah. So then that's going to go in here. And then this is going to be similar. Except that one is going to go down through these and then around like that. And then that one is going to go... okay, this is a slight issue. There's two bits here. We can't fit a liquid bridge in here. We would have to move the loop up and then bridge through it. It's not really ideal. We can do it. Also, this is all going to be the same igneous pipe anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference. So that one will go down here. I think it makes sense to have all the mercury valves and storage up here, because that way it's not going to get eaten up by or cooled down by meteors, because the meteors are just going to zip past everything. Then that's going to go in here. And then we need the bypasses. So I'm going to put in the exact same setup over here. And I'm going to check that we can run all the bypasses the right way. Should be a bit quicker building it over here. And while we're doing this, the duplicates are doing all the other stuff. So let's see. So that's there, there, there. There. Oh, I've realized an issue. This is staggered. So it's not actually going to be the same for each. Because the cycle here is 7, and the cycle here is 9. That's going to be very annoying. Well, we'll figure it out. But yes, it means each of these arrangements is going to be very slightly different. So let's see. There. This one can just come down here. I'm going to be very curious if this actually works. Then that one can do the same. Doesn't complicate it at all. It's just so that we can automate the flow rate of the mercury to these lamps, so it's 50% consumption. Like we did for the solar panels, just on a bigger scale, because we're going to do this and try and have a load of bonbon trees. I just want to see how far we can take it. Right, and then that one can bridge here. To be honest, it also means that the coolant loop for the stuff that actually requires cooling needs less liquid. Wait, do these generate heat? They do generate heat. It's a little bit of heat. We do need to do that. But that's going to mean the coolant loop needs to run down here as well. Because if we fill this with gas, there's going to be less light. Is there? Did they exchange temperature from the mercury they use? Oh, yeah, that's true. That could be. Well, they're building all the plastics so they can access this. It looks like they are prioritizing building the defense loop first, so that's good. Right, now let's go back here and have a look at the bypass. Because we set it up as well, so that the excess mercury pumping through here all just bypasses around. It's difficult to actually know where exactly it's connected. Okay, it looks like it's connected here. So the pipe leads on here and then connects to the bypass loop. I think the bypass loop is going to have to run up here. I think what we'll do is we'll hook all of these up to one bypass, I think. And then that's going to run all the way... over here. So let's just hook up all of these. So, I think it's going to be so much mercury. Let's test out intensive mercury-lighted spigot seals over here, and less intense naturally lit spigot seals over here. That seems like a good plan, because there's no way we have enough mercury to intensively do them all. We'll run out of mercury fairly soon anyways. This is more just a proof of concept than anything. I do wish they would add a renewable source of mercury. How would they do that without it being overpowered? What to say? So, let's see. This is going to bypass up here as well. So, also, how are we actually feeding in the mercury? The mercury is feeding in down here and getting stuck in this pipe. Okay, so that's fine. So, let's do that first. So, the mercury comes down here. And then that will need to go like this. Oh, except it can't actually go there. Okay, so that can go like that, that can go like that. And then that's all the bypass mercury that we're going to recirculate back in. So normally that goes down here, and then it bridges back up here onto wherever the pump is. So I think it would make sense. I think it would make sense, actually. Instead of doing like that, have it come out here. Have it go up through this bit. It looks like there might just be enough room to do this. But we need to put a lot of bridges. This seems like another thing that would have been good to test out in Sandbox mode. Oh well. So that's all bypass Mercury as well. That one's going to go up here, which means this pipe is going to go up here. So that's going to go... probably like this. I think there's more room on this side, yeah. Okay, and then there's the rest of the bypass. The bypass Mercury comes in here. It bridges, and then there's a bridge from the source that goes there afterwards. So... I think we're going to need some more ladders. We can actually get up here. How about for good measure we just... Oh, right. We'll have to do the ladders up here. Something like that. This is all just mostly planning at the moment. I mean, they are getting all the plastic done fairly quickly. I wonder why they're getting the plastic done quicker than this. I guess we have a fair bit of plastic lying around. I'll get you to keep queuing up all of this. Right, so let's see. This is the input. So the input, we need a bridge leading on from the source, and then a bridge coming from the bypass. We want it to primarily feed from the bypass rather than from the input. So what we could actually do is bridge here, bridge here. And then this bridge could be the bypass. Yes. And then that can lead down here. Okay, this is making sense, I think. Hey TechRock, how you doing? While we're waiting for the volcano to erupt, I am having a think about what to do with Spigot Seals. So we're going to test a few theories at some point. We're building all of the meteor defense stuff at the moment. That's all on priority 8. And we'll start harvesting all the snow, and we'll start dumping it over here. Now, it looks like down here we've got, what, about 2 tons of snow? Any crushed ice? A little bit of crushed ice, and some seeds, and lots of other things that just randomly ended up down here. I kind of want to quantify how much material we're actually going to get from the meteors, because that's probably going to determine how much of this stuff we actually run, but I'm kind of just doing a little bit of planning. But yeah, this bridge here, that's going to be from the actual input source of Mercury. Oh, and this is the bypass that goes here as well. Oh, yeah. Here's where this it feeds in. Okay, so that goes there, that goes there. And then the bypass from the ends goes in here. And then that all actually fits together. Hooray! And then... Now, the thing about these buildings, we can't actually put a conduction panel over them. So I think we're just going to have to actually feed in the Mercury and have a radiant pipe over the Mercury. But that's not going to conduct either. So does that mean I'm going to have a conduction panel down here? I guess we're just going to test whether they conduct heat with the Mercury that's actually inserted into them. If they do, then we'll be in luck. If not, then we're in trouble. Because we're going to be constantly recirculating Mercury around them. So it should be fine. Wow, you guys are all up here now. That's nice. You actually doing anything productive? Spending a long time on construction supply. That's to be expected. You require more resources. Fair enough. Right. I think this is a fairly good plan. Let's just check that we haven't missed out anything. I don't think we have. This is all kind of various junk that does the same thing. We'll see if we need to fit in any more bypasses. But yeah, I want to have this whole half be industrial Bonbon Trees. So now let's try and fit everything else in, now that we have the plan. Wait, why are you making this out of steel? Why are you making this out of steel? No. I mean, that's my fault for copying it. The valves are made of iron ore. That's good. Right, you need to be made out of lead, probably. You need to go here. Man, I hope this works. It would be nice to see it working. Right, and then we need to space these out, 3 each. Then leave a gap. 3 each. I think I'm just going to do it 2 at a time, just to make sure that it actually all works. Now I can see why we actually set up all those rusty oxidizers to run. Okay. And the whole point of this... the whole point of this is that it's gonna use the Mercury more efficiently. Hello, Gamix. Take the prime and I'll see you in a month. Where's the notification? Free! Free. I can see that I've got the sub. I can see your message. No. Thank you for the 2 months. You now have the 2-month fish. Enjoy. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure the notification will come up in a minute. My alerts have been all over the place recently. And for some reason, the first command keeps resetting itself so that it's not once per stream. I fixed it this time, but it's been annoying. Why are you flooded? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why have we got water down here? What? Oh. Did we dig up some brine or something over here? Looks like some ice melted over here. It's fallen down here. Well... that's a lot of water. What am I going to do about that? I mean, nobody's really going out to just here at the moment anyway, so I think I'm just going to leave it. Wait, this isn't even connected? I think I just decided not to actually build this in the end. Let's just remove it. There we go, problem solved. Yes, I hope you're doing well. I've got to figure out how all this piping is going to go. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Because the Mercury is oscillating on a 9 cycle, a 9x10 cycle, and then the bears are oscillating on a 7 cycle, so it's not. Right, so let's see. This is not quite right now. I mean, that can come down here. That's okay. This one can come down here. So that one will need to be a bridge. I'm not worried about random scolding anymore. I'm just going to assume it's the thing, the god volcano. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm just queuing this all up while they're trying to build the other stuff. Because that's all priority 8, so I'll do that first. And I'm just thinking about what this is going to look like in the meantime. So that's going to come down here. It's the sort of thing that we can't actually blueprint. And then this is going to have to go... yeah. It's going to have to go over here. And that's going to have to get separated off. And that one's going to have to come down here. That one's there. That's going to come in here. That's why I've got the music on today as well. Because this is mostly thinking time. Right, so that's going to go up there. That's going to go up there. That's going to go up there. And then... bridges. This stuff should all be the same. So bridge, 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 bridge. That makes total sense. I'm going to go there. Then this is going to be where this stuff comes off. So that's going to have to be a bridge. Wait, I don't need a bridge where it's going through a conduction panel. Yeah, that's fine. So... let's just check that I'm not bridging over any other conduction panels. Yeah, this one doesn't need to be a bridge. That one can just come here. Okay, that's good. No other bridges over conduction panels, please. And then that's going to come out here. That's going to go in here. It's going to go like that. It's going to go like that. And then these ones are going to come up here. Yep. And then this is the input, which I think I'm just going to put over here for now. I'm tempted to make just a... well, I can't make a big tank of mercury because that's going to block all the light. But I've just put this here so I remember that's where all the mercury is being input from. Okay, so that matches. Now, what's the phase where this is actually going to run on? I don't think it's actually going to repeat properly at all in this whole little block. We'll see. I don't think it will. This is a problem. Because that needs to come down here. Interesting. I don't think there's any way around that. I could... oh, hold on. Well, there probably is. It's just not going to be pretty. Okay, let's think about this. So, that needs to be clear. That cell always needs to be clear. So I think what actually needs to happen... so that one needs to go through... oh, God. That one needs to go through there. So this one's going to have to come there. That one's going to have to come here. And that one's going to have to come a bit lower. That's fine. It's more spaghetti, except this is spaghetti that I think actually makes sense. There's just a lot of it. Okay, so that works. Then let's think about this. So this needs to get down here. That's going to need to go through here. Okay. This is going to be a miracle if this actually works. That one's going to have to come down here. Yes, it's all getting pushed over to the right, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think it might correct itself though. So that can go down there. And at least there's enough space in here we can actually navigate all these bridges. Then this one's going to come down here. There's 2 conduction panels. I can just come down there. Okay, that's convenient. And then this one would come up here. Then I feel like there's not quite enough room and it's gradually getting pushed over. Well, we'll see how far we can get it. Let's think about the stuff up here first. So, it's gonna go there, it's gonna go there. It's gonna go there. These bridges, I don't think they can change. So that's going to go there. This is going to come across here. These are all going to bypass into here. There is room for us to put some more bridges here if need be. I'd prefer not to, but we'll see. And now I need to see what I can do to actually feed this through here. So I think I need to put in the next lot and see how that's going to work. I'm beginning to think I may have shoved this stuff too close together. We'll see. I mean, maybe it'll just be a bit more favorable for one of these areas. The main issue now I can see is that we're going to have to actually bring... So we have to have a bridge here. No other way to feed this through. And that one is actually directly overlapping this. I think there's not actually enough pathways around all this pipe. I think that's the issue. That's going to have to go like this. This is one of those cases where that mod that gives you the longer bridges would make sense. Because then that's going to have to go like this. And then there's no room actually here to do anything. Yeah. This isn't going to work. Right, okay. I think what that means then is we reduce our ambitions slightly. Let's actually... Okay, that one needs to stay. Let's actually, for now, just test it over here. That way we'll burn through our Mercury harvest quickly as well. Why did you even supply all that stuff? I think you need one more shut-off between shut-off 23 and 65. Indeed! Thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence on that one. Hope you're doing well, Neo. Right. We'll leave it there. And then, if I really feel like it, I could put in another one over here. But this is just a little experiment in this corner of the map. You can't say I've never helped you. Oh, I'm sure I can. I can. I could lie. Hope you're doing well today. I'm gonna need to build some ladders on the floor here so I can actually access all of this. I'm sure it'll work great. Oh, thank you, Ayla Avo, for the vote of confidence. Yes, one would hope. One would hope. Right. I'll tell you what. Let's get this half all finished first. And then we'll do this half with all the trimmings. And what we'll do is actually I'll set all of this crap. I'll set all of this crap to priority 7. And then I'll set the stuff over on the other side to priority 6. But you know what, this will be quicker. I'm sure there's a few of these I'm going to want to reprioritize. We'll see. 99999. No, look, we're using lots of different numbers today. We're doing the exact opposite thing. We're going to use wild planted trees or manufacture lots of snow. Well, the point is we're getting the snow meteors. I want to see how much snow we get. I'm actually impressed at my okay. I've had an actual brainwave today. So today at work, I've been coming up with a mathematical formula to determine how big a box of sand needs to be around a buried pipe to protect it when they're doing maintenance work on it. And they've asked me to add a lot of information to the formula. Because previously, we basically just measured the dimensions where it came out the top. And we took a 300 clearance of that. But now I've realized there's actually other dimensions that are relevant. And we're changing the angle to account for the angle of the pipe. And for the angle of the ground, if we do an angled sandbox. So there's a lot of actually really complicated trigonometry in trying to figure out the total dimensions. And that's been a lot of fun. For some reason. Protected from what? Oh, so it's like when they're coating the pipe. It's to maintain it against, like, animal attacks or weathering from, like, the rain, corrosion, stuff like that. But it's mostly so that when they're digging it up and reapplying coatings, it's so that it's not getting scratched by, like, hard aggregate, like what they use elsewhere on site. I'm not really sure how much of this I'm supposed to be saying, to be honest, but it's interesting, and it's maths. That's all you need to know. Did not know there were people thinking about these things. Oh, there's people thinking about these things everywhere. It's actually part of a new industry standard. So that's going to be exciting when that's done. Put down my CV. So yes, in summary, my brain has actually engaged today. We'll build all the Mercury stuff here first, and then we'll think about it. What I'm thinking is... So, liquid reservoirs need to go somewhere. We actually have some liquid reservoir space down here, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to fit in. Does it also include freezing pouring on the soil? Well, the whole point is that it's sand, so that there's gaps in it, so that there's room for it to expand and contract as well, so it mitigates that. Now, I don't think there's going to be anywhere I could fit these liquid reservoirs here. Common sense prevails. So I think what we would actually want to do is put some mesh tiles over here, maybe, instead of the plastic. Yeah. We'll make this all mesh tiles as well. And then we'll just fill these liquid reservoirs with mercury, and then they're not going to obstruct the light. Yeah, and then we can just fit, like, 4 for each, so that's what, 20 tons of stored mercury? Seems good to me. And then I guess that's gonna go... Oh god. What's it gonna do? I don't know, maybe something like this. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. That makes more sense. And it's all going to come in from the left. I'm just going to fill up all of these. And then we'll do the same over here. Yeah, it's always nice to have actual, some thinking work to do for a change. And, well, also I've been planning more site visits. I'm certainly going to be doing a lot more trips around the UK than I did last winter, but that's fine. To be honest, I'm quite enjoying getting out of the office at the moment and out of the house. It's just nice to get the fresh air. And that's all the metal. So this is why we're running the rust thingies. This is all using a lot of metal. I'm not sure it's really worth it, but we'll see. I've been thinking about the test update. So because they're changing how power plants work, the power control stations, so you only need one power control station now, and that can supply microchips to your whole colony. I would like to set up a base where we actually do power properly. Not all the... I mean, the transformers were correct in my case, but they need to be more spread out, and we need to actually arrange the heavy watt wire a bit more carefully so we're not sending massive bridges of conductive wire everywhere. So I think we probably are going to start a new run when the update comes out. Maybe. It depends. We've got to build the rust melter first. I don't think that's actually going to be that complicated, though. I figured out how to do it in sandbox mode. I think it's actually fairly straightforward to melt rust. So that will probably be the last thing we do on this run, and we'll probably wrap this up by about cycle 750? I think that's the idea. But it's between that and the Regal Mammoths. Like, I really want to do stuff with the Regal Mammoths. I think what we'll do is we'll do the Frosty cluster, the 5-planet cluster, the new one that they've added, where it's like the moonlets. But we'll start in the Frosty Moonlet. Or maybe we won't start in the Frosty Moonlet. Maybe we'll start somewhere else. I don't know. I'll have a think. Right, so this pipe. Obviously we're not... Oh, I've definitely broken this cooling loop, haven't I? Yeah. Okay, how's this all looking? Okay, this is all good. So that can go there. I can start running through here. This is all done. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Oh god, okay. Right, everything in this bit is priority 9. And then let's have a look at where the pipe is going after that. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I think that's correct. We tend to run the heavy wire up the sides of the base. The future puddle of lava may get on the way in Blasted Ceres, though. Yes, that's what we normally do, is we do a vertical column. Or we do it all along the top, along with space, where it's all going to be obstructed anyways. But I didn't really want to demolish the Mercury biome in this case, so we set up a bit closer to home. But the main issue is, if you cluster it up like this, it's really hard to get all the wires out without putting a load of bridges in. And if you're putting a load of bridges in, then you're ruining the decor anyways. So I think you do literally just want to do a perimeter of the map. So like a row up here, a column going down here, and then a bit down here. I mean, yeah, as you say, Blasted Ceres is a bit weird. But yeah, I think you do that so that you're surrounding the map with heavy watt wire that your duplicates don't need to run across. And then you can connect all the wires in. You've got more surface area to connect from, rather than having it bunched up like this. I'll do a sandbox showcase video about that again, a follow-up to the Transformers thing, because I think we've learned a lot of lessons. I want to talk about setting it up horizontally like this, and I want to do a few examples of just laying out Transformers on different asteroids, and layouts that would work quite well, where you don't have to use the heavy watt wire wherever your dupes are running. Right, so I think that means they're going to work on the cooling loop now. Oh. We actually need to do this. Sorry, I could just hear something in my headphones that was crinkling, and I thought it was... I thought it was my headphones. I don't think it was. Alright, I'll play the music again. I think it's just the song. I'm not sure it's supposed to do that. Can any of you hear that? Yeah, maybe it is. Right, this could be set to all as well. You can start picking all this stuff up. But yes, please build all the pipes. We can at least get the cooling loop finished off. This is still not steam. Oh, it's all condensed. Oh, it's because this water's heating up as well. The temperature is actually being transferred a little bit. That's good. Yeah, it's going to take a while for them to build all of this. The Mercury at the moment is getting pumped out of here. We've still got the... We've still actually got the Tephidizer down here, so it's probably still worth us putting it there. So I think what that means is... I'm going to send another pipe around here. Oh. Well, this is where we're going to have all the polymer press stuff. I think I can just raise it up one level. Yeah, how about instead of that, you actually go up here. I don't know why I keep pausing it. Not helping anyone. Okay, so that's going to go... Right, this is going to be a bridge. I guess I'll get someone to plumb this. And then that can be a bridge here. And then I think what I'm going to do... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to run it like that. Leave some space out. Wah, wah. There you go. Right, you're done with that. And then that can go there. So that's going to be the Mercury infill, and that can be priority 5 as well. It doesn't need to be done immediately. At one point, I'm going to have to actually stop filling this with polluted water and drain all of this back off. But that's actually fine, because that should be... I should be able to reconnect this here pretty easily. If I just cut... If I literally cut it off at this bridge, it should be absolutely fine. And now I think we just wait for everyone to build everything, so I'm going to get my drink out. Today, I'm going to be drinking whiskey. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to be drinking this smooth vanilla waifu drink, because I quite like these. Although the only thing I hate is the lids where they just come, like, attached. Like, it's alright when you've got something like water, but when you've got, like, a viscous liquid, it's just awful. Because it always collects in there, and you always spill it yourself. That's my drinking problem. Spilling liquids on myself. Like the guy in Airplane. Anyone ever watch that movie? I was at an apple juicing workshop yesterday, so really I should be drinking that. Nice. What did that involve? That's quite a specific thing to do. Okay, let's copy the settings across here as well, although none of this stuff is really operational yet, is it? Why not? Oh, there's just no debris over here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so when does the volcano reactivate? Because obviously we can actually do this whenever we want, but I want to keep an eye on when this activates. So probably around cycle 697. Probably going to be when it starts doing things. Looks like all the steam turbines have cooled back down again. That's good. We got a molten slickster in here. Okay. We never did clean up the zombie spores in here. That's fine. Never did anything with the bees either. That's fine. We never geotuned the metal from the metal volcano this time, but I think that's fine because we had enough refined metal. That's not been a constraint on this run. Now, this would be a good thumbnail if we got all the spigot seals working. Picked up apples and shredded and pressed them. And the cider was pasteurized, stopped returning into cider. Fair enough. Apart from some of it, which we put in a tank to turn into cider. Yes, that makes sense. You guys enjoying the tunnel? I do quite like the tunnel. These guys have been living a life of luxury. Should we skill people up? I think we should skill people up. Oh, I'm very excited. They're adding a hat for the pyrotechnics dupes. This is the thing that we desperately needed in this game. Right, Gosman gets extra suits now. That's nice. George, I'm only going to skill up the dupes who have low requirements at the moment. Let's see. You can have research. You can have research. I'm not going to skill up any of the sleepers anymore. They've already got too many skills. You can have research. You can have operating. Oh, whatever. You can have mechatronics. I'm just kidding. We were going to set up a chlorine thing as well, but I'm kind of thinking at this point, if we're not spending that much longer on the run, it's kind of funny committing to the bit where we're all just getting food poisoning all the time. So maybe we'll just leave that for another day. I've never actually done a chlorine room, though. I'll murder you. It's interesting how much more like actual apples it tastes compared to commercial apple juice. Oh, I know. You never know how good any of these things are until you make them yourselves, compared to where they are in the shops, like from concentrate and stuff. Like, it's the same for most things. Like, eventually, if you try and make everything, you should be able to make it nice when it comes out of the shop. Well, it seems like they're nearly finished with this. But, I mean, the loop isn't actually going to be finished until they built all of it. It's not going to run again until then, so hopefully... There we go, Amelia's joining in. How much rock is left in the bin? Oh, why have we got polluted water down here? Oh, because we plumbed it. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, they're actually doing stuff now. Hooray! That's a good feeling. And then once that cooling loop runs, then we can get them to continue going over here. Because we are going to want to... We'll want to harvest all of the snow that we can. And then see how much we're left with, and then do the spigot seals. So, yeah, that stuff's all going to be priority 7, and then this stuff will all be priority 8. That will stay as priority 8. And hopefully you guys won't get radiated too badly. I don't think the radiation is too bad over here, though. Imagine how long it would take if we were doing this on Speed 3. I'm really interested to see if the updates to performance are going to make it so that I can run things in Speed 2 and Speed 3 without them pondering so much. Because I would like to speed up the pace of these runs, but... well... I think the constraint at the moment is probably my CPU. Because I upgraded the RAM, and the RAM's doing fine. And obviously it's not a GPU issue. And the game doesn't multi-thread particularly well. So I think it is literally just a case of having faster single threads. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really planning on replacing this computer anytime soon, though. That might be a much later goal. Because I think what I would have to do for that is I would have to design the computer that I want, see how much it's going to cost to get it built and whatnot. Because I don't think I would want to build it myself. I don't know. I have some friends who are good at building PCs, so I might ask them to do it. The most I've done regarding building PCs is upgrading my laptop with more RAM, which is admittedly more than some, but not exactly peak computer work. I mean, obviously the current goal is Movember. I'm still growing out this friggin' mustache. Hold on. Yeah, here we are. Look at this. This is awful. I hate how there's not enough coverage over here. I'm going to trim this at the weekend. But, yes. The fish doesn't like my mustache either. Look, it's come over here to mock me. But yeah, we're doing stuff in Movember. That's been going quite well for the company, so that's nice that other people have been donating. I think most of the donations so far have been internal. Fine. But, yes, men's mental health is important. Well. Right, how's this loop going? Is this almost done? Yeah, that's good. This is my mental health thing, streaming. It really does help me feel better. And it's nice talking to all you guys as well. Because, like, streaming on Twitch, I get to meet people from all over the world. Like, according to my statistics, most of you guys who watch me are in the US. But there's a fair few in Europe as well. There's some in New Zealand, Australia, places like that. It's just interesting meeting different people and seeing how people do things. And again, with this game as well, it's really interesting seeing how different people tackle different problems in Option Not Included, because it seems like everyone's bases look very different, which is the sign of a deep and complex game. But yes, by the time November is done, I think you guys will have actually paid off these headphones. And the goal I had after that in mind was a chiller for the aquarium for the summers. But the funny thing is, it hasn't actually been that hot the last few summers. So I haven't really needed one as of yet. I'm kind of struggling to think of more stuff, more stuff that would actually be covered after that. So maybe after that point, we would actually start the fund for an upgraded PC. That would be interesting. I need to actually look into that and get some design ideas going. Right. How's this going? Travel time is very high now. I think it's because you're taking so long to get all the igneous rock from the bottom of the map. That's the issue. I mean, you're grabbing all the plastic from over here. That's fine. You probably should do this as well. Pei is currently sleeping in a room without wallpaper. What a shame. Looks like all the sleep weeds are actually growing now. It's interesting. Actually have enough water for a change. We're still feeding it with jungle juice. It looks like a little bit more has melted. That's fine. Now the metal ore is not being produced super quickly. These machines, when they're actually running, only produce at 400 grams per second, which is about 240 kilograms per cycle. So that's why I've got them all turned on. But ultimately, we need the bleach stone as well. We do have enough bleach stone, so that's good that we're not underproducing it. But yes, let's actually also look for more metal. Okay, game. I know that we've got Mercury. That's not the point. Get rid of the wood heater. We don't need that. Looks like there's some little blobs over here. Maybe something like... oh god. This isn't going to be neat, is it? Maybe something like that? One of the benefits of the cluster starts is it just isn't that far things need to be carried. Yeah, I've said this before. I think I generally do prefer the spaced out setting, just because it's smaller. And that means there's less stuff going on, which means the game runs better. Which is ultimately the main thing that I'm thinking about. What's in here these days? Oh, the salt water. I do need to keep that there. Remove this vent as well. There really isn't that much metal left. We've kind of been grabbing loads of it. Oh, that's not going to work. How about this? That'll do. Looks like there's a little down here as well. Yeah, we pretty much mined this asteroid dry of metal. There's a little bit here. It's going to be a lot of water that we spill out down here, but I don't think that... We've already spilled out a load of water down there. I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, that is going to matter. Don't do these ones then. Don't do those ones. Do that one, do that one. Do that one. Do that one. That one. And then... What about these? You can do those. These ones you can do as well. You can do these ones. I think... Yeah, that'll work. And then you can do the... Oh, there's actually a fair bit up here. Let's try and grab some more of that if we can. Yeah, then you can grab all of this. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's better than nothing. Whatever. Right, liquids. You're just about to finish off this section of pipe. Right? This one... Yeah, that one's on priority 9. That's fine. So, does anyone know when the test update is going live? Have Clay said that? Ah, they have built everything over here now. That's interesting. You built these mesh tiles out of aluminium instead. Okay. There you go. Start building all this stuff again. I don't mind using aluminium ore for some of this stuff. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice, actually. I think once we've built the rust smelter, I'm pretty happy to wrap this run up. I think things have gone pretty well. We've done mostly everything we wanted to, especially if we actually do look at Spigot Seals this week. That's the last thing on my list that I really wanted to look at specifically this time. And then we can move on to something new. Because what I want to see as well, I want to see how all the Frosty Planet Pack stuff goes on when you start in a non-Frosty zone. That's what I want to see. I can plan out more of this stuff over here as well, can't I? In fact, this should actually all be priority 8 now, so let's make this all priority 8. Aha, look. The liquids are flowing now. That's good. Hopefully none of it gets lost. None of it gets lost in the Mercury lamps. No, this all looks fine. They built a few extra segments. I love these conduction panels. I like how they look. Most of the Frosty stuff seems unnecessary late game. Yeah, so the Regal Mammoths definitely don't seem unnecessary because metal ore sustainable is nice. Yeah. I mean, the Phlox Mammoth loop is good for meat and reed fiber. There are other solutions to that. Probably a bit easier. Spigot seals don't seem very necessary. I feel like the nectar from the trees is often more valuable than the ethanol. Just because it's such a good liquid for cooling loops. And you can turn it into plastic. But then again, that's probably because we've got the geothermal heat pump online as well. The heat pump is by far the most impactful thing from the Frosty Planet Pack DLC, and that's a story trait, which is kind of not ideal. The alveo veras are okay, but I think oxyferns are pretty much just better. I think if you were gonna seed dupe the oxyferns, you'd want to do that most of the time instead of using these, because you're gonna struggle to get ice on maps where you haven't got a huge amount of ice like this to feed these guys all the time. Hello, Grey Area. You're doing very well in the base. You've been contributing a lot recently. We're all doing fine. How are you doing? We built our... Let's see. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Why is this all backed up now? Hey. Why are you backing up? Have I disconnected something here? Oh, I have. Yeah, you need to build this bridge. Okay. Glad to hear it, yes. Yeah, so we're extending the meteor protection loop over the whole base. And then we're going to build this setup where we're going to use Mercury Ceiling Lights to recycle, to supplement the natural light. Because the natural light on this asteroid is not very good. And then we're going to grow Bonbon Trees down here. We're going to get Spigot Seals to do their thing. I'm going to think about how we're actually going to set that up. I think I've made a mistake. Because there's no way we're going to fit 6 trees and a grooming station in. Into this little space. That's 95 tiles. Yes, I've kind of overrigged this. You've been burgled. Oh no, that's not good news. Someone broke into your garage and stole your motorcycle helmets. That's bizarre. That's very bizarre. I mean, what we could do is we could seal everything off with doors and then have trees and then more trees and then a grooming station or something. Yeah. I'll sort out... I think that's what we'll do, because I don't think it's going to work otherwise. We'll figure out the ranch end of this later. You think it's all they thought they could carry went straight by the power tools, or maybe they need some helmets? I don't know. Honestly, just sounds like a bizarre situation all the way around. Right, let's keep putting this stuff over here. Because I think I want you to finish this first. How much time do we have? I think we have a little bit of time tonight. I did start a bit late, which is not ideal. Right, you go here, you go here, you go here. We don't need a conveyor. We don't need a conduction loop down here. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We don't need a... Yeah. We don't need a conveyor loader down here. Sorry. Yeah, removal of that, please. And then cancel this. Because the loaders are going to be every other one. Yeah. Here. Right, that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Connect this up. Yeah, that's alright. Do we need more wires as well? That's fine. So the wires are fairly straightforward. They just go like this. Wait, no. Don't do it like that. Right, how's this loader? That loader is under here. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to go. Then that can go there. Yeah, we are running into the limits of how much metal ore we actually have now. There's a little bit more left to dig on the map, but not a lot. I may actually priority 9 all this stuff now. It's the ones we can actually... I mean, we could go... If we really wanted to, we could go into space for some more metal or... We'll see. The snow! The tree is going to disappear. Look, the tree's going to disappear in a minute. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. Are they going to do it? They're so close. Very precarious, fat-looking tree. So that's all Prodiate. Let's make all of this Prodiate as well. We'll do that as well, just so you actually get under there and we can see everything. You know what, I'll Prodiate this digging as well. Let's at least get them to dig. Grabbing all the seeds. Right, so the loop is now looping. And it's not too full. It's still filling again now. That's good. We'll leave the polluted water hooked up for now, because it's going to need to keep going for a little bit longer. I think I'll just keep connecting it up like this and just gradually loading it more and more. Seems like a good plan to me. Yeah, let's do some more digging. That's what I want to see, guys. You don't actually need to dig any of this out, I suppose. Because you can't... It's not like you can do anything in here anyways. Yeah, don't worry about it. Why can't you actually get over here, though? Oh, right, because of all this. Okay. There you go. You'll get over there someday. What about igneous rock? Is there any igneous rock that's actually up here? There is a little bit in here. Okay, you know what? Let's dig that up as well, because that's actually going to be helpful. If I go like that, you should be able to dig all of that without issue. There generally is not going to be a lot of rock, but... some diamond up here as well. We don't need diamond. This is sandstone. There's some igneous rock in here. That might actually speed things up grabbing this. Yeah, go for it. Go grab that. That's some fossil over there, okay. Oh, there's loads of igneous rock down here as well. Have actually been getting them to dig this out. Maybe that is actually the closest igneous rock available. Do I want to remove these pitcher pumps? They're all made out of ceramic. That's not really relevant. Some igneous rock in here. That's a little far away. Oh, there's some igneous rock in here. Okay. I think we can get up here this way. I think that's probably preferable to going in via space. Yeah, dig that out as well. And then you'll actually have some more materials to build with, and that should help you build stuff a bit faster. Maybe the biobot's going to help out with digging out some of the rock as well. Be nice to see. Yeah, look, that's what they're on at the moment. Because this is all relatively soft. I guess, except for the obsidian. He's doing his best. Yeah, this has been a pretty good week for me so far, to be honest. Now, is anyone thinking about Christmas shopping yet? I've been thinking about it. I haven't done any yet. What's going on over here? Okay, this thing is actually hot enough now. Right, this is now full of liquid, which is mostly cool enough, because we haven't had any meteors land. I'm very sad we can do this all the way across, but yeah, I guess it was never going to be possible. There just weren't enough routes for pipes to go down through all of this. Right, what's this on now? I'm doing a lot of pondering again. Shame. Here's some rock. You guys could dig this out. That's some more rock for you to use. Grab all of this. Not doing anything, just sat there. I feel like they should add a morph of Spigot Seals that turns the nectar into something a bit more exciting than ethanol. It kind of feels like a side grade, like... Because obviously you use nectar for plastic production and ethanol for power. What if you had some like advanced Spigot Seals that turned it into petroleum and then you could use it for either? Although I guess if you were going to use it for plastic, you wouldn't bother turning it into more petroleum. They're very cute. Also, just noticed, this is like the actual mouth, isn't it? That's like the nose. They got like a little moustache? Or am I just being silly? Here he is, come to supply with gold. But where is everyone? We're grabbing more gold again. How's the salt going? We have got a little bit of salt to go in here. What's in these conveyors? Is this all salt? This is all salt. So the difference is these ones aren't running because they haven't been loaded with rust. Okay, how about we actually set these back to priority 9 and you load these again? Then that'll give us some more metal as well. We've got 9.1 tons now. We dug out more metal. That might help. Yeah, I guess the issue is they're going to have to manually deliver all the rust. And that's going to take them time as well. I think... Oh, God. It's so far over here. I probably should have set up a transit tube. Because they've got a lot of running to do now. They are fast, but... It's kind of taking the pee. So if I was going to set up a transit tube... I think the plan was we were going to move grey area. Okay, right. Can we move tombstones and replace them somewhere else? Because I think the plan was to move grey area and send the transit tube up through the base and then have it come out here and then go up. I think I'm going to start planning that because this is getting ridiculous. You'll build this pretty quickly. Do we actually have enough plastic to do all of this? We just used a load of plastic on those ladders. I feel like we don't actually need all these ladders now. I kind of regret telling him to build all of them. It's also because we haven't been running the polymer presses because we're still filling the cooling loop. Right, let's actually plan a transit tube in here. Move that ladder. Because we're not using this room for anything. Remove this ladder. You'll build these transit tubes pretty fast. And then the base is fine. We don't need these random oxalate sconces. You can have a drywall. You can be a drywall. You can be a drywall. You could be a drywall. The chute for the oxalite needs to go somewhere else. And what's this? This is ice. Well, that could go in here. We could load the ice in here, and that's just fine. So that could go there. That could go there. Right, sorry, we're taking a minor detour. I want to get this transit tube set up, because otherwise they're just going to be spending loads of time running everywhere. And especially if we've got the Spigot Seals up there as well, we probably want them to transit tube to the Spigot Seals. Realistically. And the oxalite we're going to have to dump somewhere as well. I might just dump the oxalite up here. In this range. So that can go there. And I want to make sure the oxalite's dumping somewhere where it's not, like, clogging up the plants. That's why we're doing that. So that's going to go here. Then we can remove this. And then that conveyor rail can stop. That can get removed. Then you can put that one there. That's all priority 9. And then we can remove the chute here. And then I think that's mostly everything. We've got other canister emptiers as well for the oxygen. So we can remove all of those. Right, well, I think we're just going to have to remove grey area. I don't think there's any other way we can route this transit tube through here. Can I actually do the joint plate going here, though? I could put it here. That's kind of awkward. Oh, well. I don't think there's a better way for it to go. Right, does this resuscitate grey area? No! No, it just deletes him. He's gone. He's gone. We've deleted grey area. No. Don't tell him. You're just gone. You're just up and gone. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? I need to have it go up, so... Let's put it here. I think this will still be insulated, right? And that can go here. We're out of plastic now. Looks like they're getting this built fairly quickly. This one can go here. This is actually a fairly well behaved. I'm going to yellow alert this one just to make sure that we don't let in the gases for too long. Yeah, the important thing is we're not cutting off the fire poles, because that's what affects people's speed when they're not using this. And this, by the way, is why I always leave the middle tile in these access shafts, so I actually have room to put in a transit tube later. So yeah, that transit tube will go probably just through... I can remove these and just do it through here, that's fine. And then I'm probably just going to run it... I'm going to have to run it around here somehow, aren't I? I'll think about that later. Yeah, all the plastic's there, so it's pretty convenient. George is currently supplying this. I should have set this to prior yellow alert as well, but George will get there quickly enough. Alright, Right, you need to remove the sconces here as well. Please? This is not the most convenient place for them to have the plastic. To be honest. Right, looks like we dug up some more iron. Looks like we dug up some more rock. That's fairly convenient. Right, that is sealed. That's good. Off. This can get connected here. And then I should definitely put an entrance over here by this liquid block. So let's remove these ladders. And then I'll have a think about that. We've got another sconce we need to remove here. That's fine. That needs to go there. And that needs to go there. This needs to get removed. I'm going to yellow alert this. We don't want to drain a load of stuff out of here. Also, it looks like the carbon dioxide level is actually not very high here anymore. Interesting. So as far as I can tell, this should still be insulated. And then that can connect there. Is that true? Is this still insulated? I mean, to be fair, I could just put some more insulated tile here. That's perfectly reasonable. Well, grey area, you've evolved into a transit tube entrance. Enjoy. Yeah, then that can fit in here. You have become tube. You've become totally tubular. Catalina may be next. No, I don't think Catalina's going to get it. We need at least one service corridor. In fact, let's actually put the canister, the missing canister emptiers back there. Radical, dude. Exactly. You've got it. Of course, they've been doing all that stuff instead of the other things. Right, I'm going to get you to do this as well. This is annoying me. But if we put this in, it should mean that everyone gets it done quicker. At the top when we're finished. Now, let's see. So... So these ones are running... So that's running a thermo aquatuner. That's running a thermo aquatuner. This one is running a thermo aquatuner. Right. This one is running everything else in the base. I could probably hook it up to this one. Yeah, because the main thing is there's no 1.2 kilowatt things on here. So that means I would have to plug it in here, which means I would have to put a transit tube access here. Port connectors can't overlap. Okay, well, I'm going to have to put it one level higher then. Or maybe 2 levels higher. And then that's actually the wire we want it to be on, which is nice. And then that can go here. Oh, I've just realized something. If we do that, then it's going to have to cut off the fire pole here. Let's not do that. So this wire goes all the way up here. So what I'm thinking is we put a tile here and we just remove all of these ladders because there's no need for all of these. Oh, wait, no. Put it here. remove all of these ladders. No. Remove all of the ladders. And then the transit tube entrance will go here, because the transit tube's going to go here anyways. That's going to go down like that. Yeah, that seems good. Kind of funny how we haven't ended up routing it through here. But there's just no way to connect it from this end. We'd have to go through rust, bleachstone, or this. I don't know why I put all this stuff here. But then this can actually just plug in here, and it's totally convenient. And then that, once we get more plastic, can go up here. I'll probably just make a joint plate here. Yeah, let's just make a joint plate here. And then we'll seal this bit off, and then we'll dig the rest of this out to space. I thought transit tubes make a surprisingly small difference to high-level dupes. Maybe. I don't know. It's a long way. It probably isn't going to make that huge of a difference. I kind of just felt like building a transit tube, to be honest. We don't always do it. We don't always get the transit tubes in our runs. And at least if we get this finished, at least they can actually take the transit tube from the bottom of the map with their igneous rock and dump it a bit closer to the base. Or a bit closer up here. And then we can keep routing it through as we get more plastic. We're not getting that much plastic at the moment because we're only running this one. I'm going to have to unload this water pipe soon. You're building all this stuff again? That's good. Looks like you've done a little bit of digging. Okay, so this needs to... If you're going to actually dig this out, these probably need to be priority 8 as well. Anyway, so this is looking good. You only have 2 planets. We only have 1 planet. We picked up the friend from this planet and never came back. Because we realized there wasn't actually anything here that we couldn't get on the other planet. We're kind of at the point where we could go back to start grabbing metal ore. But I don't really want to. We're pretty close to finishing on this run. I've pretty much done everything I wanted to. On the Blasted Ceres. We've tested out pretty much most of the DLC features. And we've found the bottom magma part. We both used the geothermal heat pump to produce an absolute ton of steam for steam turbines. And we've also found a way to actually drip the whole of the magma biome into an infinite storage by this volcano. So we're waiting for this volcano to erupt again just to confirm that it works while it's erupting, geotuned. And then we're going to make a rust melter with it, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That's what's going to go over here. We're just going to have a big heat exchange for a rust melter. And that's how we're going to get more refined metal again. We got the floxes and mammoths, they're all doing fine. We're growing some sleet wheat. Everyone's eating pepper bread. We got like 6 million calories. We got 1.4 million calories of souffle pancakes and pepper bread stored up. I feel like there's something you could do with the fact there's a big void in the middle of the map. I mean, there is. Like, if you just want to dump random gases here, like carbon dioxide, for instance, if you were running a load of petroleum generators, you could totally do that. But that's not my style. We figured this out by now. You could launch a rocket sideways. That would be very funny if you could do that. It would probably have to code the game slightly differently, though, to allow you to build a rocket platform on its side. That should be a thing. Totally be a thing. We got some little pinch of peppers down here as well. With the long hair slickster hanging out. Also, look, this is all a vacuum now. All the gas left. Well-behaved gases. Long last. But yeah, the last thing I want to do... So we're setting up the snow meteor harvesting line. the last thing I actually want to do is test Spigot Seals, because I didn't think they were useful enough to use early on. I want to test them out now with our knowledge of Mercury efficiency. There you go, you can start loading these. There's a lot of debris down here, actually. That's fine. You're going to heat up nice and hot. And then loop can run a bit longer. Are you going to build all of this now? I can actually get you to build for this as well. Let's copy you over. There you go. Let's see. Conduction panels can go here. And we don't need to put one down there. Not yet. That one can be priority 9. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with how this run's gone. We've done a lot of good stuff. I've learned a lot, and we've got a lot of stuff to gradually drizzle out in Sandbox Showcase videos. Once I've refined them a little bit, because we had a few... I've still got a slight teething issue with the Floxes, but it's not bad enough that I really want to fix it. It's just like occasionally the critter counts aren't exactly what I want them to be. But it's good enough that I'm not really bothered by it. Also, we moved the poke shell in here. He's all glum because he's too cold. Poor fella. We still haven't really done anything with poke shells. We've got to prioritize that next. It's high on my list. I want to remove any remaining gaps in my game knowledge. Because I feel like oak shells are definitely worth doing. I like... Oh, look at them. George has found the quickest route. I'm not sure we really needed a fire pole here, but it's quite stylish, so I don't mind. Right, looks like we can hook up the next part of the loop. So that can go here. I'm quite keen to get this finished so that we can actually... start mass producing plastic again. It looks like you guys are using this, no? Are you actually going to use it? No. I'm sure someone will use this. Yeah, there you go, look. Oh, for fuck's sake. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Right, no, that's not right. Okay, there we go. Liam has actually behaved. Right, here's what we do. We put that there, then you can parkour up here. I can't believe they're literally getting in the entrance, looping themselves out into the fire pole, and jumping to the ladder. That's so stupid. Right, let's also seal this off here. I can get them to just fling themselves out at the end. That would save some time as well. So that's probably worth doing. I don't mind all this oxygen. Just seal this off first. Because we're probably going to want to remove all this stuff eventually anyways. Wood's gone, so that can go there. The tree is a little bit lower than it was. I can queue up some more things here as well, that's fine. And then this loader is going to go here. This one is going to go here. There's a few more conduction panels I can put in as well. It's nice that oxygen generator isn't high enough value. You have to worry about losing little bits of it. Yes. Yes, these days. That privileged oxygen is included feeling. And then you can go in here and we keep creeping you forward. Why have you stopped? Is there a bit that hasn't... Oh, you haven't finished this bit. Okay. Finish that bit, please. Right, you're sealed in now, so we could dig this up. Although, let's not actually go dig that up. How about we dig it like this, and then there's enough room? Wait, no. Like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's funny how the air doesn't come through this bit. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but there's no tube on here at the moment. It could totally just drift out of here. But it won't. Goodbye, oxygen. Maybe we'll just make this thing the thumbnail today. Can we get someone to sit on the chair? That'd be funny. Right, let's actually do that. Let's get some people to wander in here. Oh, we can't set directions on this? Oh, that's a shame. You. We're still too hot? Why is that? Is the loop just not getting cold enough these days? I think it's just not getting cold enough anymore. Seems borderline. Yes, we must get access to this room. Can someone lie on the Murphy bed? Oh no! Hey! Hey has fallen through. Hey is paying for her hubris. Right, let's see. So you need to go... Are you irradiated? No, you're just food poisoned. Okay. That's more manageable. So if you get down here, pick that, and then this should be relatively straightforward. So yes, let's rescue Pei before she gets sunburned. And then there's no point going down here. Maybe we'll allow ourselves access. And then if you go in here, then you should be able to get... Not quite. How about you do this? Dig up the tree, and then you'll be able... Yeah, you should be fine doing that. Mm-hmm. Right, the liquid is flowing again. That's good. It's still not quite getting hot enough in here. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Right, what about the wires? So the wire goes here. Quite enjoying doing this one bit at a time. Joshua's here. Hooray. This is all made of wood? That's funny. Right, Joshua. You're now coming in here. You're going to have a look. Yeah, there's nothing for you to do in here. I could put a door here and restrict access the old-fashioned way. We can just fill this up with a load of duplicates. Always impressed by how well I use air digging. I have been trying. I've been really trying. Oh, that's all covered up now? Oh, that's fine. Because it is just so much faster than laddering. I used to not do it. I used to just build ladders everywhere, but... ain't nobody got time for that. How much further are we going to do this loop? Not too much further. But let's have a think. Right, so... we obviously don't want to build the loop while the tree is in the way, so maybe we just get all this stuff done first. Conveyor rail needs to go here. That can go there, that's fine. I think this is helping them be a little bit faster. I'm gonna dig out all of this. I'll tell you what, guys. I've been doing some Belatra gold stakes off stream. God, it's difficult. Obviously, I uploaded the winning runs on when I did each of the decks, but like, I've just been trying to do it on Ghost deck, and man, I've been really struggling because obviously, once you've beaten the deck once, you're trying to beat it with different types of jokers, so that you can get the stickers on all of the jokers, which is the final achievement in the game. But some of the jokers are just useless on gold stakes. So it's pretty challenging to get the sticker on them. You basically have to find a few that can carry you and then put them in your spare slots. Kind of like in Super Auto Pets when you have a weekly pack and there's some pets that just don't synergize with any others, but they're also the ones that you don't have. You've got to try and get them. So they just come along for the ride, like the sloth. I hope we get some more meteors. I don't think it happens super often. Be nice. It's quite satisfying watching all the little blobs of liquid going along like this. By the way, if your water pipes are ever doing this in your house with the little blobs of spherical fluid, you need to go consult a plumber, because they definitely shouldn't be doing this. Quite satisfying just listening to all the tinkling noises as well. Yeah, go get him, Donnelly. Right, what else we got? So, Robo Miner, that can go here. Here. That wire can come up this way. We're definitely getting some new parts. Not that there's anything exciting up here anyways, this is all just meteor debris. I'd really like you to get to this tree so we can knock it down. Yeah, I think today was a good day to put the music on. We're just kind of relaxing while all the other stuff gets built up there. Oh god, this poor thing has been overheating for so long. Here's all the ceramic we dropped down from earlier. And obviously none of this oil has been going anywhere because we've not really had any need to do that. Have we been dumping more water? Doesn't seem like it. Why not? Oh, because we're dumping all the brine. I think we are dumping the water in here occasionally. No, we aren't. Did I just not build that pipe? Well, that's silly. Have some more water. Then what about this one? This one hasn't been running because... Oh, hold on. This one hasn't been running because we removed a pipe segment. Okay. Apparently all this oil stuff down here just got broken ages ago and I forgot about it. Wait, there's no way you're making this out of tungsten. No. You're making it out of ceramic, that's fine. And then this one actually has been working. Yeah, okay. There you go, have fun. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Nearly done on this next bit. You're just gonna put some lead in. Remember it being hard to get coal in the ceramic on Ceres? We've had some geodes. We've had a fair few geodes of coal. And we haven't been burning any of it for power. We've literally just saved it all for refined carbon. Oh, no, we've literally been saving it all for the kilns. And occasionally making refined carbon for steel, but mostly just for the kilns. Until you printed a hatch. Yeah, I didn't want to do hatches this run. I didn't really want to do any non-Frosty Planet critters on this run. And so far we haven't. I don't think we are going to at all. They've been hanging out, but we haven't even done any pit planting. The shine bug is cold. You know what? You can come dig this out as well if you feel like it. Oh, this should be a tile. Hold on. What's going on here? We're missing a robo-miner. You just fed them the dirt from your Phlox ranch? Fair enough. We have a large amount of dirt. That's true, because with the Phloxes, you do get the free dirt. You're not really using it for anything else. What's overheating? This gas pump, eh? You can replace this with steel. It's fine. We have 5 tons of steel. Have we used all the iron? We have actually used all the iron now to make steel. That's okay. Look how much oxygen we got down here. Look how much chlorine we've got up here. We've got 12 kilograms per tile of chlorine. Gross. It's very bizarre. Yes, you're all being drafted into working over here now. No Prodiate slackers. Go. Grabby thing. Yes. Fill it with snow. Shame there's no actual building materials up here. God, I wonder what the traffic over there looks like today. I probably should have built all these plastic ladders. Do I want to connect this bit as well? Is this a gas lock? This is a gas lock. Okay, so... how about we actually dig this out as well? And then we can go like this, then like this, then like that, then like that. And then you can actually get over here. You can run from this end to that end, and so on and so forth. And there's a gas seal here, so that should be fine. Yeah, go Biobot, go! About 15 cycles before the volcano erupts. Yeah, now you guys are getting the move on. Sadly, the Robo Miner is too late to actually help. Okay, we got rid of the tree. That's good. So now we can build some more pipe. Send it all... oh god. Where's it going? Right, it needs to bridge here for sure. It needs the conduction panel here. Yes. Goes there. I could have refined some aluminium to make this, but I don't think it's really going to be super necessary. Then that can go there, that can go there. Then that can just connect like this, I suppose. I haven't actually built any of this pipe. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, whatever. I'm just making everything Friday 9 now. Screw it. Oh, you can't access this bit? You can dig that. That's fine. And then you can still get in the room via stepping down here, I think. I think I might put a little mess table up here to see if someone comes along. Might be amusing. Right, mess table, where is it? Yeah. Put that there, and then you can have like a little phone over here or something. So how big is this room? This room is 210 tiles, so it's too big to be a great hall. Well, that's fine. We'll just get someone to come over and have some food. Right, looks like you're done on the cooling loop here. Is that actually all connected now? It looks like it. So let's put up here. There we go. We're making our way downtown. Another friggin' tree. This is where the neutronium is, though. So this is the end. And once we've got over here, that's the whole top of the asteroid protected from meteors. So we shouldn't get any more annoying debris. And then we can get them to start building all the Mercury-related stuff again. Right, so... oh god, what's happened here? I guess they didn't just get around to everything yet. Right, so Robominer goes here, Robominer goes... I can't go here. Oh, I've already queued it up. Okay. Fair enough, I'll allow that one. And then let's see, so this one is going to go here. So that could just go like this. Is Blasted Ceres super wide like the original lab map? It's a classic sized map. It's huge. So there's probably going to be a lot of snow coming in. The meteors do not seem gigantic, but yeah, the map itself is huge. Why would absolutely speed 1 clubbing it? Right, we need another loader down here. Go there, and then this can come across here. I really don't think I need to build this whole top row of ladders. But it does tie the whole thing together, visually. And to be fair, they're using them a lot up here, actually. So I can't complain. We need the tiles to stop the meteors, but they're building the ladders faster, so... Oh, wait. Emily, why are you here? Oh no, I've just realized something. This is not exosuit locked, is it? It probably should be. I mean, to be fair, it is completely shut off. But this is definitely not the fastest way for you to go, so... I think we put a door here and we restrict access. Oh, actually, there's no other way for you guys to get through here, is there? But equally, the air is not breathable at all, so... I think we do have to get everyone to come back. No, you can come through here. That's why we dug this whole pathway out. So, right, that actually needs to be built immediately, because no one should be going out this way at all. Now that we've opened this up. We are not going to have a third death. It's not allowed. Yeah, we can still get in here. Right, who's going to sit here, then? It'll have to be once we actually get the door built. Right, is this the actual end? So... That's going to be the end, surely. We'll probably get a load of meteor gunk over here, but that's fine. Yeah, that's going to have to be the end. So, put the cable here. Get it down there. Hope you're doing well, Dayflower. Can you actually reach this? You can reach this. Because if we lock it to duplicates, the biobots can still come through and dig out all the soft materials. So that should be absolutely fine. You'll eventually lose all the air from the base out that way, but we won't because there's a liquid seal here. Look, ethanol. The air pressure here. That's why the air pressure here is so good. So it's fine. The ethanol is helping us out. So yeah, this ethanol here is a liquid lock, and then this whole bit here, the ethanol is also acting as a liquid lock here. Throughout this whole S tunnel. That's why I quite like S tunnels as well, is because they naturally form liquid locks. Although that will boil if they take something hot through there, so. This one's a bit more robust, there's a bit more liquid down there. This should be fine. You're very cold. Yep. Right, so now... I think we're going to make it so you can only go through that way, because you shouldn't be able to get in through this way without a suit. So, if we just select Joshua, is this Joshua? Is this Joshua or is this Harold? Show me the money. Joshua, good. I got it right. Hooray. Right, go. Get out of here. Nobody should be up here. Except the biobot. And now you're going to shut. And nobody is going to be trapped. Well, at least we'll get this finished today, and then we'll get all the Spigot Seal stuff finished, or started tomorrow. Because I do actually have to think about the layout, the ranch layout. But that will come with time. I'm quite glad the biobots are actually helping out here, because this would have been annoying otherwise. Let me check my messages. I'm basically seeing when my wife is returning from her friend's house. And we'll keep going until she does. Because I want to get as much of the stuff finished today as possible. And maybe if we get more time, like if we get the Spigot Seals going and we get the rust melter going, if we get more time, we'll try some liquid oxygen filtration over here, because obviously we've not got enough sand to do this now. We're holding off against that because we don't need to do that for oxygen. But we're going to try cooling it all down and then letting the liquid oxygen flow somewhere and then re-evaporate. That'd be quite amusing. Plants have died. Okay. Yeah, see now the dupes are coming up here with the suits. Also, the Spigot Seals are really having a wander around now. They're quite enjoying the change of scenery. Right, it looks like most of this water is actually heated up to about 80 degrees now. Before it was just a small amount of it, so... that's good. Right, you can copy over. Goodbye, tree. I feel like perhaps you didn't need to harvest this one tree. What's going on here? Why have we got an extra ladder? Get it out of here. Just have a quick look at the temperature overlay. Yeah, this stuff's all been cooled down. So everything should be this sort of yellowy green color if it's actively being cooled. And it looks like it is all being cooled properly, so that's good. This pipe is much colder than this pipe. I wonder why. Kind of weird. Hmm. So I have a funny story. Everyone at my office today, well, the original office, we're all taking official company pictures so we can have them as teams profiles pictures, because we've just been using our initials up to this point. And I am not gonna... I do not know how flattering my photo is gonna be. Because for some reason, we're doing all of these official photos that we're going to be using everywhere during Movember, while we're doing this charity moustache stuff. So I'm going to have this big hairy slug on my face. I'm kind of hoping that somehow we can get it postponed until 1st of December. Go, Biobot, go! The tree! It's gone. So many trees. There we go. I think that'll be the last ladder, because this is, I think this is literally the last tile here. Now, we're not going to have any way to clear this of debris, but I think that'll be fine. Yeah, and you've not got very much debris left either. I'm really hoping this will actually form a room. In fact, let me have a look. I mean, this isn't forming a room because I haven't finished this door. And we can fix that. So the meteors damage stuff as they pass through. Not the meteors here. They're very small and they're made of snow. So they just hit these and they don't do anything. Which is why we're using such a light setup without bunker tiles or blast shots, whatever. When we did do the meteor defense previously on Frozen Foresters, Far-Flung Friends, we did actually use blast shots specifically because the iron meteors were going to damage stuff otherwise. And we had loads of petroleum. So I felt like that made sense. But yeah, these are easy peasy meteors. We've already had a shower while it was still being built, and we just had to do a bit of extra digging. Look how much faster pay is in the biobot. That's so sad. You're partial to a surface ocean for watery meteors. Ooh, that's a good idea. I mean, in this case, it won't work because we want to let the light through for the trees. That's the next stage of this operation. Oh, wow, you're actually building all of this now. Interesting. Why have you moved on to priority 7 errands? Is it just because we can't access all of these? I guess the dupes really don't have anything else to do. That's nice. It's nice to see them all actually focused on this for a change. Good. May is doing a bit of a hover. Alright, guys. I have a late night ONI question for you. If the dupes had romantic interests, which dupes would be official couples? Who do you think George's partner would be? I want to hear all of your dupe shipping theories. And I don't mean shipping like mechatronics. I mean, obviously Harold's love of other Harolds. Because if you've got a room full of Harolds, you've got a room full of Harolds. But I don't know. I think they're all just too simple. I guess the better question is, which of the original people that the dupes was cloned from would have been in official relationships? Because they were all staff at Gravitas or whatever. So surely there must have been some official couples. The ones who were duplicated from the lesbian roommates and shit. Indeed. All the dupes with food poisoning are official couples. There we go. Lindsay and Jean. Perfect. Just dump some. Why did you just dump a load of igneous rock here? That's not very cash money. I'm glad the dupe had the foresight to grab some of that before it got sucked up. Yeah, there's actually a lot of rock going into this pipe. Maybe we didn't need to make it all of insulated pipe. I did this because I thought the meteors would get a bit big, but probably not actually going to be. Because the meteors will be cold anyways. I think it was so that if the meteors were really cold or really big, they didn't freeze the liquid in the cooling pipe. And we could have made this all out of nectar and not worried about that and just used regular piping. And ran it at a lower temperature. That might have been a better idea. I did this because we had the pipe of polluted water coolant ready to go, and it... I guess we have a fair amount of nectar ready to go as well. I mean, would... How much we got here? We got like, what? 4 tons? That's what? 400 packets? No. Yeah, 400 packets. I don't think that would have been enough. Because this whole window here, right? Let's see. That is approximately... Okay, I didn't think this one through. No, I'm not going to be able to tell by doing that. It might have been enough, I'm not sure. It would have been a close one, and it certainly would have been enough to go down to the actual aquatuner as well. Right, let's keep heating this up. So, let's see. You can go there, and then we can connect this up. And then this one can get disconnected. And then that one... Okay, right. Production panels. We can finish these off. So... that one could go here. No, that's not right. That's not right. Go there, I can go there, I can go there. And then that's actually finished. No more conveyor loaders needed. Because this auto sweeper can reach... It can't reach this tile. Under here. That's irritating. Maybe I just tile this bit up. We just fill this bit with tiles. It's probably fine. But we need to dig this out. Oh, we never quite got over here. Because you can't dig this bit out. There you go. And that's going to go there. And then this is the actual end of the cooling loop. Then that's going to come back here. I keep forgetting to do these bits. It's fine. But you're done. So now you can hook up like this. There you go. Yeah, this will probably get done in about half an hour. I should just get a shot of everyone running around through here. there's so many people just running around. The biobot, look, he's making his way downtown. We need this wallpaper, though. Add this wallpaper. I'm really looking forward to the devs adding more blueprints faster. They've realized the current rate is not sufficient for our decorative tastes. Yeah, I don't... Oh, there's the conveyor rail. That's what we need to do. That's the last bit of conveyor rail. Looks like we... Oh, we've already done that. Good. Yeah, there's not really a lot left. You guys doing more stuff over here as well? Not yet. Okay. You know what? I'm fine with us having done the plastic ladder like this. I don't think the transit tube really sped it up, though. Let's have a look. Nope, 50% travel time. Oof. We're all getting a thorough amount of exercise. Biobots coming to get rid of the trees. Right. Destroy the trees. What do you mean? Come back. That's so stupid. They've got to fix that. Wonder nobody's getting anything done. You're going to erupt anyways. 40 cycles. Oh, that's true. You need to build this pipe before we have to shut this off. Well, I mean, I'm sure you will. I'm just going to get you to do this now. Because you can. Just build up to there, and then you can do the rest later. That's fine. Still making more steel? Oh wow, you're making the last lot of steel. We caught you. Interesting. We actually ever dumping the gold out of here? Does this ever actually get cold enough these days? Wait, is that all milligrams of gold? No, there's some kilograms. Oh, I never set up one of those timers in here. So there probably are milligrams of gold just running around in here forever. That's not ideal. Well, we know how to fix that, but it's probably not going to be very relevant in the long run. Go, George, go. Maybe this could be the thumbnail today. I don't know. It'd be nice to get some meteors in the thumbnail, but we're probably not going to get any. Milligrams of metal thing is really annoying. Yeah, it is. How's Brian looking? Right, let's have a look at the oil wells now we fix those pipes, right? Yeah, now you're actually producing oil again. That's good. Not that we're currently making any petroleum because it's all backed up, but nice to see all the pipes actually full of oil this time. Also, this nectar has just been recirculating throughout here for absolutely ages. I'm honestly quite surprised it hasn't boiled yet. Because this is above nectar boiling temperature. Oh well. Temperatures down here don't seem to look too sus. That's good. No leaks. Right, looks like you're all getting on with this pipe. That's good. That one actually does need to be insulated because we don't want this mercury to... Oh, actually... Oh, it probably doesn't need to be insulated, does it? Oh, how cold is it up here? Not that cold. Oh, whatever. You're already building it. There's lots of rock nearby. You'll be fine. Right. We've still got some music left on this playlist. Fine. You know, I've changed my mind. Make this party... No, you can get this done now. You can get this done now, because otherwise I'm going to forget and the sulfur guys is going to erupt or something stupid. They're all very quick at building pipes. And they're near the base. Yeah, there you go. I just got this little bit left. Alright, you've disposed of the trees. There's one more tree. A very annoying spot. Remove tree. Okay, so... this auto sweeper can only grab that far. So that means... I actually need to... That means if a meteor lands here, it's actually going to block this auto sweeper. Yeah, because that one's not going to have any extra coverage. What about this one? Oh, we can't have the mesh tiles here because it's going to block the meteors. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can't actually put any of this stuff up here. Because it's going to block the meteors. So, that pipe... Oh, God. Oh, right. It was bridges. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Bridges. Like that. So that's going to have to go around here. In fact, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. It's going to go there, and then we're going to have the liquid reservoirs somewhere else. Or maybe just pump it out of here. Maybe we don't even bother with the liquid reservoirs. Yeah, that's probably overcompilation. And you thought the wiring was the worst spaghetti you've ever seen? Yeah, but this is all functional. So the whole point of... Well, it's not built yet, but the whole point is it's basically doing the same thing as over here with the valves. So they're not turned on at the moment, but the whole point of these valves is so that when the lights are powered up to the max, you're only feeding half the mercury through them. And you do that with a combination of 2 liquid valves and a shutoff. Both liquid valves are set to 65 grams per second, but one of them... the shutoff is only activated when certain conditions are met, when it's lit up. And if the shutoff is deactivated, it's only getting the 65 from the bottom valve. And when it's activated, you're getting the full 130 milligrams. 130 grams per second. So when it's charging up, it fills at the full rate. And then when it's at the right light level, it drops down to half rate. And then it maintains the brightness. You don't need the full rate of mercury to maintain the brightness. So it uses half the mercury, half the power for the pumping of the mercury as well, and the light, and you get the full output. And then you just have one of these set up for every lamp. And then what you do as well is you recirculate the rest of the mercury and prioritize it recirculating it so it doesn't build up in the lamps. Although this hasn't been running for a while, so it has built up. And we're essentially doing the exact same thing over here. That's all this is. The main difference is we've actually spaced out the valves so they're on the other side of the cooling loop to the mercury lamps. And we're hoping the mercury lamps are going to cool from just whatever mercury they take in. If they don't, we're in trouble. But we'll build it first and ask questions later. And we're going to test it all out tomorrow. We're going to build it all and test it all out tomorrow, because they're just finishing off all the meteor protection over here today. But I need to figure out what to do for this last bit, because this bit, wait, what? Oh. They can't mine here? That's bad. That's really bad. Why can't the auto miner go in the last tile? Because meteors are going to land here. Yeah, look, there's snow. That's so stupid. So what, we're going to have to come and get someone to manually dig this out every now and then? Are you literally telling me, game, that I need to move everything over one to the right? Because I'm not doing that. Whatever, worst case, we just don't run this one. Just put a tile above it. We could put a tile above it. So... yeah, I mean, the thing is, meteors are going to come in at an angle, aren't they? I mean, I will put a tile above it, because that's preferable to the alternative. But meteors are going to come in at an angle. Well, okay. I'll put a tile there, and then we'll just see what happens. So this one doesn't have that problem. The material will build up over here, but that's not an issue. But the auto sweeper only reaches that far. See, on this side, the border makes sense. And if I rotate this robo-miner, look. If I rotate this robo-miner, the border makes sense. It seems like it's specifically this edge of the map that's not quite right. That's so weird. Something about the tile of interest, maybe. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll build it first, ask questions later. The main thing is... The main issue is, this is a gap. And if a meteor lands here, the debris isn't going to get picked up. But you know what? That's not the worst problem in the world. As long as it actually gets mined out, that's fine. I think we just leave it. We'll see if it actually matters before we do anything. How are you doing? You're up to what temperature? 84? You built all that pipe now. Got a couple of choice segments left. Other than that, you're mostly done. God, this feels like it's taken ages. At least once we've actually got this cooling loop finished, we can get the plastic back online. At least this cooling loop hasn't really broken. It's delivering 4,000 grams of iron ore. What's going on? Right, you're the last one over here. Have you actually been moving stuff over to this bin? No. Picked up some nectar. Interesting. Perhaps we shouldn't have dug this quite so far out. This is like an access-related issue, because I can't actually reach all of these tiles. That's constraining how many people can work on there at a time. Does this mean that you're actually coming to build this stuff now? It does mean you're actually coming to build this stuff now. Interesting. Well, I could set you to priority 8. But I really just want you to be fine. You're scalding. More God Volcano shenanigans, surely. Yeah, it does seem like you're actually just building all this stuff now, because you can't reach the other stuff. Oh, you're auto-sweeping all the rock. Ooh, interesting. Well, I guess we will see some of this stuff built today. Good. Again, I like to think these designs are burglar-proof. Like, no one would look at them and think, I'm going to steal this design. Bah. Because it doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, if you're doing all of that, you might as well do all of this. Oh, right, hold on. Yeah. Right, let's just make this all priority 7. That's fine. Oh, this is just really... Plastic, look, you can actually have 69 plastic. Nice. Yes, I think I've kind of run out of things to talk about now, actually, while we're waiting for them to build all of that. So what else would we have done on this run if we had more? If we weren't going to switch over to another cluster, the new update? What would we have actually done? Well, I don't think we would have done anything with the bees because it's not like we need more power. We don't need the friggin' nuclear reactor. Oh wow, look at all the nuclear fallout down here. Oh, that's wild. All creeping into here. Not quite. It'd be really funny if it was creeping into here and just condensing into nuclear waste and filling up the lava chute. That's something we've never done before. We've never done a nuclear fallout, nuclear waste heat multiplier. Or was it a heat multiplier or a heat deleter? I think it's a heat deleter. Yeah, because liquid nuclear waste has a heat capacity of 7.44, and the nuclear fallout has a heat capacity of 0.265. The only thing is, you've got to oscillate it between 67 degrees and 527 degrees C, and it's such a big temperature range. And again, why bother deleting heat when you've got steam turbines? Is there any case where you would ever actually use the specific heat difference between the nuclear waste and nuclear fallout? I don't think there is. I love the color contrast with the magma, though. I'm already at the late game vanity project stage. Yeah, that's true. Saw a video where it was used to cool the magma biome. But, I mean, why wouldn't you just use steam turbines in that case and get all the power? Would there be a reason? Is there a reason? Like, I guess, would you be able to build it without needing plastic? Because that's probably the constraint on whether you can build steam turbines or not. And in what situation would you need to cool a magma biome before having to? Oh, you're nearly done. I can feel it. I can feel it. You are actually getting all this pipe done now as well. That's fine. The more of this you do, the less we have to... The less time it's going to take tomorrow. And then we can focus on the ranch design. Because I think we're literally going to have a little ranch in each of these blocks. And that's how we'll do it. Maybe we'll use the critter condos. We don't normally use those. Yeah, now you're just building all the random crap over here. It's funny. 7s today. Robo Miner, you're slightly too late to do anything. They're all trying their best. Yes, what else would we have done? So, we didn't do anything involving slicksters. We never really needed to. We have plenty of oil for plastic production. We're not really using it for anything else. We would have definitely done a petroleum rocket once we got the petroleum boiler working. And that's how we would have done most of our space travel. And then where would we put the rocket stuff? Probably here. Maybe here. As close to the base as possible. The last thing we want is more people running around out here again. We're building the last bit. That's nice. Yes. We have the wire over here, we do. I think we have literally queued up everything. I think they already have had it effectively infinite power, they just wanted to cool it down really fast. Oh, I see. That does make sense, because if you have enough nuclear waste, the reaction deletes so much heat. You probably could do it faster than with steam turbines, unless you had a massive amount of them. I never think about the game that way. I never think about it from like a speedrunning point of view, believe it or not. Well, I hope you guys don't mind. It's been a bit more relaxed today. I'll break it up a little bit. What are you up to? Oh, you're an egg. I thought you were a seal that was just hiding. No, you're just an egg. We will use you yet, don't you worry. Oh, they're so close, I can tell. Still seeing loads of Hillstream Loach babies. I mean, obviously you can't see them at the moment because we're past the fish's bedtime. To be honest, we're kind of past my bedtime, but my wife isn't back yet, so I might as well just hang out until we get this all done. We'll get this bit done and then we'll wrap up. Because I don't want to think about that bit again. And the last thing I'll do actually is I'll divert that coolant pipeline back so we can start making all the plastic again. Oh, A to go. You just can't reach over there. What's the rust doing? Looks like we've not used up that much rust. Oh, you've not actually come back to build this pump? That's fine, because we don't really need you to do that, but that's okay. Oh, nobody's allowed in here. That's why the rust hasn't been delivered. I'll let people back in here. The rust isn't hot. I would like a bit more metal out of these. Because once we build the rust melter, we're not doing anything. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Why have all the mammoths gone? We drowned all the mammoths again by accident. Oh god, we have. No! Why does this keep happening? The poor mammoths. Well, it's because there's ice that's just melting from down here, and this was blocking it off. Right, this needs to go here, I think. And then it's not going to affect the mammoths. Boo! This is not the first. This is not even the first time we've done this. You poor sods. You're all starving. Yeah, we got some balance there. Why are you all starving? Wait, what's going on? New printables we've got. A hatch. There you go. Have a hatch. The Mercury is built up down here. Get it out of here. We gotta treat these guys better on the next run. It will be interesting finding these guys in the wild rather than starting off with them. I think it's going to have a very different feel to that playthrough. Oh, we've lost a soldier. Oh, right, all the automation. We can plan out all the automation as well, that's fine. So, sensor, buffer gate, shut off. Seems straightforward enough. So, guess what we'll do is just this. This can all be priority 7, by the way. Yes, we kind of overcomplicated it down there. Oh, wait, what's this? Whatever. Do it like that. The bridge here. Oh wait, it might be... Well, I was going to do it this way, but I don't really want to put any stuff in this column now that I know that we can't really access it very well. Just do it like this, it's fine. It's not like we have to be super efficient with this. Buffer gate, let's see, that can go here. These can all be set to the same thing. Looks like they already sent some priority 9 errands and that they are now doing them. What about power? Oh yeah, power. Wait. What is this? How loaded is this line? Because obviously if we're running the Mercury lamps, that's going to be 720 watts intermittently. We may need to set up an extra power line for this. I think we'll probably just do it down here, right? We've got to get access into this room to do this as well. We'll figure that all out tomorrow. So close. There's no meteors. We could have got some more igneous rock out of here. Also, I just noticed the tag on this volcano is EV11. It looks like evil. Evil volcano. It's not that evil. It would be evil if it actually erupted out of here. Yeah, the thing I like about this setup as well is it doesn't actually use any power if... It shouldn't actually be using any power if the shutoff isn't actually being used. Shen! Shen, you've come back! What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Hello, everyone. We are wrapping up. We are wrapping up a little bit where we have been building our meteor defenses. Include your oxygen. Hello, Shadow Mega. Hello, Ug800, Thorchell, Lazols, Cute Otter, A Crutch, Shen. You can't breathe. You can't breathe. Nobody can breathe. That's why they're all in suits. Basically, this asteroid has snowy meteors, and they've been covering the top of the map for ages, and I thought it was about time that we actually do something about it. So we're setting up all these robo-miners. Now, thankfully, the snow is not very hard, so the snow meteors land on the mesh tiles, and they get blocked, and they don't damage any of the tiles. So that's good. Marine defenses is more meteor exploitation. Yeah, I guess. It's basically just making sure the surface doesn't get covered in crap, and then we can do whatever we want. Now, over here, we're going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be setting up some ranches for the Spigot Seals. These guys drink from the nectar trees. The nectar trees need light, and they land with the meteor showers. And you feed the trees with snow. The seals drink the nectar that the trees produce and turn it into ethanol, which you can see all down here. And then we're going to take the ethanol and do something with it. But really, I just want to find an excuse to use these guys, because I haven't used them yet. I didn't really feel the need to do it earlier. And there's a new update for Oxygen Not Included coming out, where they're doing a lot of quality of life improvements. And in particular, they're changing how power control stations work. And they're adding some Mammoth morphs. They're adding a Regal Mammoth that has a crown that you can shear to get gold amalgam ore. So now you can actually get renewable metal ore in the game for the first time. Before, Or at the moment, you have to do it by going into space and mining all the things with like a drill cone on your rocket, which is annoying. But soon you'll have a critter where you can actually do that. And I want to try and get the regal mammoths going. I want to try and maximize them. So we're kind of wrapping stuff up here. I really want to... It's the Spigot Seals are the last thing out of this DLC that I think we've yet to look at. How do you get a regal mammoth? You actually... So they're changing the mammoth's diet. At the moment, they only eat the plume squashes, which you grow with the ethanol. But they're changing it so they eat nosh beans, nosh sprouts. And they're also changing it so they eat squash fries. Now, you make squash fries with the deep fryer, which we haven't built. And you fry the squash in the tallow from the Spigot Seals. You get squash fries, which are like a premium food, but not like the highest level food, which is why we haven't bothered doing it. But if you feed the mammoths the squash fries, then they'll gain 5% chance to lay a regal mammoth egg per squash fry feeding. That seems to be what the case is. Do we know if they're going to add variants of the Floxer Seals? We do not. They aren't at the moment. They're changing it so that Floxes also eat bristleberries. I'm not sure how practical that's going to be. I don't think the seals are getting any changes, as far as I know. So yeah, I want to explore all that stuff. And then when that DLC comes out, it's going to give me a chance to test out some new ideas of power control. Because at the moment what I do is I have a big block of transformers. We have the heavy wire run around it, and then we have conductive wires coming off everywhere. But we put the transformers too close together in this run. So all the conductive wires are too close together, and it's just a mess. So we're going to spread them out more across the base. And also, what we've done this time, so all of our power comes from this big steam pump here. We've got all these steam turbines in a room. Now, there's a building you can build called the Power Control Station. And you build it in a room with the power plants, and you can use it to make refined metal into microchips. It doesn't take very much metal, it just takes a lot of crafting time. And you can put the microchips in your power plants, and they will produce 50% more power, which is significant, considering the very small amount of refined metal it takes, and refined metal being renewable. But the main issue was you had to have a power control station in the room with the buildings. So your duplicates would have to come down and build the microchips wherever your power plants were. And then it would take a while for them to tinker the machine as well. But they're changing it now so you can just have one power control station on your map where you make the microchips. And then they can deliver the microchips from that part to all over the map. To any room that has 2 or more power generators in it, no station required. And then they can just get applied, and they're reducing the application time as well. So all in all, it's going to make the power control station a lot easier to use. And this means we're going to want to lay out our power stations so that they're in proper rooms. Like, I would separate these out into smaller blocks so that we could tune them with the microchips. And because of how we've set the steam power up in this steam room, we don't really have space to move everything over and adjust it. So I think at that point we would just cut our losses and and restart and figure it out. But I want to see what the Frosty Planet content is like when you don't start on the Frosty Planet. Like, what's it like starting on a normal planet and then coming over to try and utilize all the resources? Is it worth doing? Or is it just a waste of time? Oh, they're almost done. Look, they've almost built all of this. They're just finishing the last bit of pipe, and then we can stop filling our cooling loop. It's funny, the cooling loop's almost at max length, and it still hasn't boiled the water yet, because we haven't had any meteors land. The whole point of this cooling loop is because the robo-miners and the auto-sweepers and everything generate heat when they pick up the snow meteors, and we want to make sure that they don't overheat, because they're in space, it's a vacuum, so they won't conduct heat. But we have all the liquid running through these conduction panels that can conduct heat even in a vacuum. Now, what you would do before they introduce this building is you would just cover it in a little blob of liquid. But we don't want to do that because we also want all the light to come through here so it can land on the trees, which we're going to plant and we're going to domestically grow instead of having them wild grow like this. So that's why we need all the conduction panels. But that's absolutely fine. And yeah, It's going alright. We've just been relaxing. We've had the music on today. We've just been watching the dupes build everything, really. It took a little while to plan all of this stuff out, but it's mostly just been watching them go back and forth. We were umming and ahhing about putting a transit tube in going all the way over here, but the thing is, the dupes shouldn't actually have to go over here after everything's built. There's nothing I need to manually service. So once that's done, we'll hook these up again, because we're currently using the petroleum pipe to fill the cooling loop. Now that I think about it, why didn't I just fill the cooling loop with petroleum? We already have it in the pipe, and it's a good coolant. Oh, I guess it's not as power efficient. Yeah, that's why we didn't do it. Yeah, we'll get that hooked up again. We'll get some more plastic made. We put in a transit tube entrance up here, so they can now get from the bottom of the map up here instead of having to get out here and then run up the ladder. So I think it's saving them a bit of time. They're actually going through the base. Don't I have infinite power? I do have a lot of power. I wouldn't say it's infinite, but yes, it's enough power we probably could have run it with petroleum. But there wouldn't really be any reason to. I mean, I guess the reason would have been we could run the cooling loop while we were running all of these, and it would have been slightly quicker. But I don't know. That's neither here nor there. We were trying to get a petroleum boiler set up as well, so we could run 12 instead of 6 of these. We have the volcano down here in the magma biome. We have pressurized this magma. The final pressure seems to have settled out at about 64 tons per tile. You know, fairly normal liquid densities. So that's going to be used to boil petroleum and melt rust. If I really wanted to, I could flick the switch and boil all this water very quickly. And probably all of this as well, but not in a controlled way. And in the meantime, it looks like the magma biome has been filling up with nuclear fallout instead of steam, so that's kind of interesting. But that volcano isn't going to erupt for another 9 cycles, so we're kind of leaving it for now. And doing this Spigot Seal snow harvesting operation first. Right, can you actually just build this? I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed, guys. I've been building it all day. Yes, I'm glad that you made some more progress in all of this stuff as well. That's good. But you have kind of been taking the piss just a little bit. And also, we're going to need to manually set all of these valves. Because we're going to pump mercury from the base, liquid mercury, into these special lights. And they do it in they produce a large amount of light in a very power efficient way. And the mercury is mostly a waste product that we shouldn't really be using for anything else. It's a refined metal, but it melts at any reasonable temperature. So we don't want to use it as a building material. So why not just use it for powering some lights? Oh, the biobots have been yellow alerted. What a travesty. Also, I'm just going to yellow alert these so that I can actually tell when they're finished. So I'm probably just going to keep rambling about things until until that's done. I was talking about other things that we were going to do. Well, other things that we were going to do were not for a new update coming out. So, after the Spigot Seals, we probably will still make the rust melter. I want to make the rust melter and get that working before we wrap this up, no matter what. Maybe a petroleum boiler as well. We've made a few petroleum boilers as well. We have all that stuff on the YouTube channel. I don't know why I did that in caps. Oh, actually, now I think about it, I don't have a video about boiling petroleum specifically on the YouTube channel. I have a few videos about magma volcanoes. But I want to do that in a run. Well, we did this in the last run, actually. We did set up a petroleum boiler, I think. Or was that a couple of runs ago? We've done it on stream. I just haven't made a dedicated YouTube video about it yet. We were going to do some stuff with slicksters as well, but we honestly have enough oil. Like, we saved this carbon dioxide vent. We protected it from all the steam so that we could actually go and harvest that for slicksters, but we haven't needed to in the end. We don't need the food, we don't need the oil. So, As Ayla Avo put it, we're kind of at the late game vanity project stage. So it's like if an update comes out, we can head on over. Oh, you're so close. You can taste it. This should probably be a tile as well. If a meteor lands here, this isn't going to be able to dig out. So I think I'd prefer to leave these tiles open. Yeah, I'm going to yell at these two. Yes, I know you're hungry. I don't care. I don't care that you're hungry. You just need to get this done now. Alright, I've been given the signal. My wife is going to return in 15 minutes. So, yes. We have just about timed this fairly well. Yes, I know you're hungry. You've got 6.3 million calories. You can eat later. I'm really, in particular, I'm really looking forward to the update changing duplicate priorities on large maps. Make things a bit more streamlined. Because at the moment, it seems like they grab a little bit of material, they come up here, they run away instead of doing the actual building task. I feel like the errands need to be more proximity orientated than they are at the moment. Maybe when the update comes out, we will do one stream on here before we wrap up. If we haven't already done it, if we've already done everything, we'll do one more stream just to compare it in terms of performance impact. I think that's still the one thing that I really want them to do in this game. I want them to add performance monitoring tools so you can see what parts of the game are using what resources. Like, Dyson Sphere program is really good with that. Like, you can look in the menu for that and see what parts of your factory are using how much of your processor. That would be so handy for this game, because I feel like that's almost the main constraint on what I do sometimes. And yes, the answer is probably I should upgrade my computer. But I don't want to. 2 tiles left. We probably don't actually need to put this tile in, but I'm going to anyways. It's the biobot. Is the biobot going to do the last 2 tiles? He's so slow. He's trying his best. Look, you can see him moving his little feet, trying to move his robot feet faster. Oh, he's very nearly there. Please build it. You delivered 4 kilograms of iron. Oh my god, why? Well, at least they're doing all this stuff in them. Oh, yeah, anything else to report since last time? Not really. The base has more or less just been running itself. We haven't really changed anything here in a while, although there is a large amount of mercury down here. So you guys should probably start sweeping that up. Speedy delivery. Yeah, so not super happy about it. The dupes are much faster than the biobots. So I made the... So the biobots get made in this facility down here. Which Mimar is actually currently operating, so that's nice. What you need to do to get this to work is you're growing the biobot, the spores that go in the metal. You're growing them from the spores that come from these plants, which are very dangerous to duplicates. But we're pumping the gas around so that it goes into the machine, the germs get taken out, and then the carbon dioxide gets recycled. See, the initial form is chewing gum, and then we're adding the spores, and then it's turning into a thing. And then there's also the fabrication chamber where we make the actual metal exoskeleton. And that's a little bit of steel, but whenever the biobot runs out of chemical fuel, we can just recycle the steel, so it doesn't actually take any extra metal, which is nice. Oh, look, they're doing it! They're doing it! They're done! Hooray! Our base is now completely safe from the harmless snow meteors. And we trapped this shine bug outside. That's very funny. Yeah, look at that! Okay, so there's a few more things left to do. We've got a few minutes. Right, so now this loop gets hooked up here. And that's the complete cooling loop. So we'll wait for that to fill up. It's probably not going to need that many segments. So this pipe, I think what I'll do is I'll cut this pipe off here. And then the rest of that liquid can drain back down into here. Why isn't this running? Oh yeah, so we're using one water sieve at the moment. We're prioritizing sieving the bathroom output over the random crap pipe to make sure that the duplicates never run out of bathroom space. But the issue with that is we want this pipe to drain because this pipe is full of petroleum. This pipe is normally full of petroleum. That's what this pipe is. And we cut it off so we could temporarily use this for the cooling loop. So I want you to drain, and I don't really want the dupes to plummet all because it's dirty water. So what I think I need to do is I need to stop 50-50. I think that just needs to drain all out of here at the moment. It's going to take a while to actually drain all of that. Oh! Oh! Okay, we got the alert. Meteors, let's go. Alright, so the scanner has detected meteors. We're going to get meteors in 19 to 200 seconds. And this is timed very well with the saxophone song that's on my playlist for some reason. Keep meaning to remove this song. But that's good. That means we should actually see some meteors. We should see all this stuff in action. Which is great, because I was kind of worried we weren't going to see it today. So while we're waiting for the waste pipe to clear, we can see the meteors now. There we go. Is that the view we want? Yeah. We'll see... Yeah, because we can't really see up there. Yeah, we'll leave the window here. We'll see where they start coming in. We go on the star map. Yep, unidentified object. The meteors seem to be synced between the two planets at the moment. Cycle 691. Oh god, it's so funny. So, whenever I'm watching the back guy, and he's playing Oxygen Not Included, this song occasionally comes up on his playlist as well, because we both use the same royalty-free music. And I always post all of the like silly froggy emotes when it comes on. Like I don't know, like these ones. Hold on, have I got some more? Yeah, like all these stupid emotes. Right, show me the meteors, game. We've waited long enough. I could speed up. You know what? Let's speed up. We're waiting for pipes to drain. Oh, there we go. It's an aurora. It's a bright one. It'll be obvious when it starts happening. There we go. Meteors. There we go. Look, so now all the auto sweepers are collecting all the snow. They're all heating up, which means the coolant is depositing its heat into the liquid. The meteors are not huge, it must be said. It's very possible that we've over-egged this. But we've got coverage of the entire surface. And let's actually get a thumbnail shot. Let's actually get a thumbnail shot while this is all happening. Can we get a meteor to land in front of this nicely decorated room that we haven't actually done anything with? There you go, there's a very small one. That's tiny. There was 3 kilograms of snow. Was that really worth it? Probably not. And then we're running it all in conveyor rails through the mesh tiles. So because it's all mesh tiles, it shouldn't be melting. There's a ceiling collapse. Abe's getting scared. He's getting meteors landing on him while he's doing the work. Oh, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. You're all wearing helmets. Oh, it landed while I wasn't looking. Okay. I think that will do. I think we're getting some good thumbnail shots. That's nice. And yeah, part of this whole exercise is seeing how much snow we actually get on the conveyor rail, and thus how many trees we can actually run off of just the meteors. Because obviously we can't geotune the meteors. Oh no, meteors are heading towards our base. At least 3 snow. Watch out, a 3-kilogram monster is about to hit you on the head. To be fair, I wouldn't want to be hit by 3 kilograms of snow. But we covered the robo miners, so they won't get entombed by the snow, and then they can cover each other. I think there might be a few gaps in the coverage. We'll see. There shouldn't be any gaps over here. I think it's just the edges. And it depends whether a meteor actually lands or not. In the edges. Does not seem like a huge amount of snow, to be honest. I mean, this conveyor rail's backing up, but these packets aren't very large. And the other thing I want to test as well. So there's no backup over here. That's good. The other thing I want to test as well. So, the alveo vera plants that we're using to produce most of our oxygen, or a lot of our oxygen, you feed them ice. Now, these meteors contain crushed ice, which is like ice, except it falls like sand. It's like Minecraft sand. It doesn't hold up like regular ice does. But I don't think you can feed them crushed ice. I want to test that. That was a crushed ice meteor there. Although that's actually formed tiles. That's interesting. Oh well, they're all forming tiles first. So long as it's not forming tiles after it lands. Yeah, sadly, no metal from these meteors. I did like when we got the metal ore meteors so that we could actually mine them. I'm hoping if the building gets entombed as well, it's just going to melt the ice. That may well happen. So at the moment down here, it looks like we've got about 5 tons of snow. Each bonbon tree, if we look at the bonbon tree, each one gets fertilized with 100 kilograms per cycle. And we're going to grow probably 5 per room. We'll set it up somehow so we can get 5 bonbon trees per room. And then the grooming station for the seals. There's probably going to be 2 tons of snow per cycle if we do it like that. This song's a bit loud. There we go. So that's going to be a fairly large amount of snow, and I'm not sure this is going to be enough. And if it's not enough, then we're going to have to make snow ourselves with the ice makers. But we've also got so much snow. We've currently got 220 tons of snow, because the whole map has been surrounded by extremely cold snow. We've dug out most of it. Some of it we've made tiles out of. How often we get meteor showers? About every 15 cycles. And that 5 tons wasn't from just this one, it was from the last one as well. So, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced it's going to be enough snow to grow all those bonbon trees. But that's alright. We're just playing around at the moment. At this point, I'm kind of at the point where I'm building these things to test them out. And then when we start the new run on the smaller cluster, when that gets released, we'll build things on a smaller scale so they're still practical, they're more efficient, and then we can get further into space. Because that's... I say this every playthrough we get. We never get far enough into actual space travel before some update comes out and changes how the game works in such a way that I want to restart. I play this game too slowly. I don't really mind, because I'm having fun. I'm just conscious there's a lot of stuff I still need to look at that we never seem to get to. And I need to urgently prioritize that. Also, this aquatuner, this still hasn't heated up. Because none of this water is actually getting significantly heated up by the activity. It's all done. Well, that's fine. We'll just let that... We'll just wait until it does get hot enough. At the end of the day, this doesn't have to run. It's just nice that we prepared for that case. Right, so the last thing. So this pipe, now that we've left it long enough, that pipe's drained. That's good. So I can reconnect this. So now the polluted water is going to go back in the sieve. The petroleum is going to come up here. And that's going to go back in here. And now we're going to make our plastic again. And then we can make more of the transit tube. There we go. Right. I think that's probably a good place to end it. Because we're not going to get all the Spigot Seal stuff done until tomorrow anyways. We're way later than we normally are. It's an exceptional circumstance that my wife is about to return home this late, so... But yeah, I think I went pretty well. The meteor layer seems to have worked without a hitch. There we go. And it's a little bit dark. Let's see what the fish are up to. Yes, it's a little bit dark. You can still see them a little bit. They're alright. Yes, if you're still here from Shen's raid from earlier, thanks very much for stopping by. We usually stream from 7:30 to 10:30-ish British time. Wednesdays to Thursdays usually, but the best way of knowing exactly what I'm doing is to follow me on the Discord, or to join the Discord, and I'll send notifications whenever we go live. Sometimes I get a bit of extra time, and sometimes life gets in the way and I have to reschedule, but that's fine. If you do miss a stream, all the VODs are on YouTube. We also have discussion and video, tier list video content for Oxygen Not Included. We play a few other games as well. We recently did all the Gold Stakes deck runs on Balatro, and that was a lot of fun. I will do a tier list for that eventually, but Gold Stake is making a lot less progress off-stream than it was on-stream, I'll tell you that much. And, yeah, if you aren't already following me, feel free to follow me on Twitch, and you'll get notifications when I go live. Thanks for stopping by. Shed is a friend of the channel. It's always nice to see you all. But yeah, who are we going to go raid? Who, indeed? 99. Yes, thank you for stopping by, too. Let's go raid Echo Ridge Gaming. Echo Ridge Gaming is a big Oxygen Not Included content creator. And I'm not usually on at the same time as them. Looks like they're on cycle 947. They're doing some late game stuff. Yes, seems appropriate. Alright, let's go head over. If you have any fishy emotes or fishy sentiments, feel free to fish react Echo Ridge Gaming. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll actually get those seals up and running. Alright, take it easy. Bye for now.